All right, everybody, it's your boy T Duck, aka Quack Crew for the Lady Street Cut True. Hey, we had a wonderful evening tonight. I mean, it's late, but now we gonna do what we do, and we gonna do what we do best. I'm trying to tell you, these people out here is wilding out, can't maintain their composures, and just doing the most. I don't understand people why it's this way, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just hoping, at the end of the day, we can figure something out because people's story need to be told correctly. It's like I don't know why brothers want to damage sisters just because they have a disagreement or something. It's just like, why can't you part in peace? Why does it always have to be, some type of battle? So let me put this in here for this sister so she could tell her story without it being filtered through people that don't give a damn about others. I mean, it's a time that we grow up and act mature with the situation of how things are going and everything. I mean, it's senseless. Yes, yes, my sister. I mean, I apologize on his behalf because that shit is senseless. Senseless. Can't control your emotions like a little 5-year old. But I would like the opportunity to interview you if you have the time. I don't want to, put you out there if you're comfortable. Cause really, I don't be having my chat rocking like that. People don't even know I be going live. I just started going live for a couple of days. Well, hopefully, I mean, I don't want to ruin it. I could tell you what happened. A lot of people don't have their emotions in check, and want keep it 100. You about to find out, sir.
Yo,
What's up with sis? I hope all is well.
I'm great. I just released a whole weight off my shoulders, a whole sack of shit off my back. I feel amazing. Honestly.
How's my favorite little cricket eater?
The cricket eaters in the house. Oh my god, that guy! I swear to God, You know what?
What's that?
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself, for real.
So,
I am. Mm.
how can self be disappointing?
Because I'm disappointed that I wasted so much of my time and energy in a complete degenerate weirdo,
Right.
unstable, bipolar motherfucker, right? That's what I'm disappointed about for myself. For him, he's always going to be disappointing because he's never going to change. He's always going to be a piece of shit. So let him be a piece of shit. For me, and that's the thing. Tita, people tell me this from the get-go. This is the thing.
Right.
That's why, and I still stood by this
I mean,
clout
it is kind of
chasing,
annoying.
jester, clown, hyper, violent, aggressive, just
Yeah, highly
idiot.
aggressive.
And I don't know who I've become. I don't know what I was doing. I swear. I'm that's
You
why
a
I'm
chubby
disappointed in
chaser.
myself. Maybe I am, maybe I am. I don't
You
know.
like
That guy
man.
on the past channel, I really wanted to get him together. Maybe I had I
No, when
had
you
some
told him to check his
secret
diabetes, I
attraction.
died. You
Oh
was like,
shit.
you need to be worried about your cholesterol. I was like, oh, but you took his soul right there.
Oh, bless him. No, I had nothing personal against him at all, but he just was just doing the most. But I really didn't want to do this today.
I
But
mean,
he
shit.
wants to, and Tina, you've been there for pretty much the whole time that I've known Rob or dealt with him, right?
Yeah.
And you probably lost count of the number of times that this man has talked shit about me, called me all kinds of this and that, threw me under the bus, told lies about me,
Right.
talked about my children, talked about my autistic son, just done
Chicken shit. Why?
everything
That's
exactly.
the
The
polite
lowest,
shit.
yeah, the lowest of the lowest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. I still forgave him because I loved him.
True love. Not that love he getting from
Oh,
Sonetta and Nepal and Judah.
hey, that's the thing.
Genuine love.
I'm like, you know what? I was always like, okay, your obsession with the internet, live streaming, is something that's it's taken over your life, before I came around, it seems. And it's going to be difficult for somebody to like let that shit go. And that's fine. If that's what he wants to do, if he wants to live on the
Oh, I'm
internet
sorry,
and not
KK.
in
Hold
reality.
on. I
Hmm?
gotta address my sister, sister
Who?
Mawu. That's her. I met her like 6 or 7
Hey,
years ago.
sis.
She
Oh,
is
I
the
didn't even know
dopest. She
the
make
name.
candles, incense. She probably do way much more. I'm glad to have you back, sis. Ashe. Man. Uhuru.
Pieces. Please keep it 100. I'm going to try and keep it 100 because I tell you, we've been going
Yeah,
back
you
and
gotta
forth.
explain it to them because my crew, they a little different. They more on the intellectual side of things. They don't know about this beef stuff. So you gotta break it down.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that you probably don't rock with this certain
Yeah.
person, but his name has kind of come up recently because of dealings with certain people. But I've been dealing with this person and his emotional dysfunction for a while, and I'm finally free of it. Hallelujah. Praise Yahweh, whatever they say. Yahweh card. I'm done with it. Like it's funny to me now because I woke up to just a barrage of like 20 odd messages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kill yourself, I hate you, you this, you that. And I'm like,
Why?
okay, well, cool. Because I don't want to be with him anymore.
Right. Like that makes no sense. Like he
Yeah.
lived,
But
how many years did he live without you? And all of a sudden y'all together, he lived, let's just say 40 years without you. He lived 1 year with you, and he act like he can't live without you. He lived without you for 40 years. So why now you gotta die? Like that's that overly aggressive, just uh unsure yourself, like what's that word I'm
yeah.
looking for? Insecure as little childish as bullshit.
Yeah, and this is not the first time I've heard that kind of rhetoric out of his mouth. He went on people's chats, kill yourself, do this, I hate you, talking about my autistic child in the chat, even on Lex's chat. The last time I think I saw him do that, And
Oh,
that's the
he
thing.
said you ain't
Actually, I
safe.
want to shout out Lex because I know him and Lex had a back and forth. But to be honest, Lex, if anything, that is like a real fucking man, right? He is. Anytime Rob has been gone in on me and talked shit, Lex has always like had my back. He didn't get himself involved in the bullshit. He'd be like, Rob, what are you doing? Like, just because you're emotional, you're hurt right now, stop doing this. But this is what Rob does. He just brings everything to the internet. Like, I was messaging him because I woke up. It's like 8:30 in the morning here.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up to all these messages. And yeah, I was like, what the hell are you sending me all this crap? But it's okay for him to do
Negative
it to me.
crap.
But when I want to address it, he's like, and then he wants to, shout out on the lives, like, stop texting me. Listen, dude, you sent me like 20 something messages last night while I was asleep. I want to address that. And
Talk
yeah,
about
it really,
throw a rock and hide your hand.
I
So get to it.
know that's the thing. He wants people to believe like I'm unstable and, I'm emotional and I just want to destroy him or whatever the hell he talks about, right? But you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine my position dealing with that every day, like that person, like the person that you see on live. I have to deal with that every days.
Oh, hold on. KK, I'm sorry to cut you off. Another sister of mine, truthfully honest, man. T Chanel gonna be happy to know y'all still here.
Hey girl. Oh, there's a lot of ladies. It's just all ladies. You got all the ladies.
Well, no, it's not all ladies. Those is my sisters. Like, we've been
Come
at
on,
this
ladies.
forever.
We can talk about these degenerate men and their delusional mindset, and that they think they can treat us any kind of way.
I'll put it back down there if they're able to come.
Put the link.
This is a real Israelite sister, a real one. I mean, real, not the little cookie cutter bullshit. She really.
Honestly, I'm sick. I'm so sick of them all. Like, a lot of these Israelite people on the web they just give such a bad impression, and
the little crew coming back.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like, and I just want to distance myself as much from them as possible. And I was dealing with probably the most degenerate of them all, so
I think she's unfamiliar with him. Our sister, truthfully honest, had the same, not the same similar situation as you, but she been running into a lot of Israelite brothers that's been doing our sister dirty. And not to say that all Israelite brothers is like that, but y'all have
no, they're not, and I don't want to put it on
right.
Lots of amazing Hebrew Israelite brothers out there that respect women. A lot of them I could name, but I'm not going to do that. But that treat women with respect and listen and don't act off emotion and jealousy. But unfortunately, I seem to have met
But we don't want to piss off. Keep it 100. You got to continue with the story. So how did y'all meet? First, start with your meet, because they don't know anything about anything. So you gotta tell them.
Yeah. So just a brief background. Like, I met this person. I'm not going to say his name, but I'll say his initials, RR. About a year ago, we started dealing with each other online, an online distance relationship. I'm from the UK. He's in the US, and probably from like a couple months into it, I started seeing his unbalanced behavior.
Red flags.
Red flags. If anytime we got into an issue, like privately, or there was things that maybe I coming into, the whole online thing, because before that I was never, I'd never dealt with anybody online. I've, never had that presence. I was in, a couple of like the conscious community chats, but I was invisible for the most part. And then dealing with that guy, he wanted to put me, up there at the forefront and showcase me like I was some kind of, prize as like an African born, like Israelite thinking sister, and all that kind of crap, right? So, but then at the same time, he would blame me for the fact that.
Oh, I'm sorry, KK.
Sorry.
Let me cut you off real quick. I would like you to meet my sister, Truthfully Honest. Truthfully Honest. Definitely say something. And Truthfully Honest, that's KK.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Real aspect of the Israelite thing. If you want to be an Israelite sister, she the one to talk to.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Hi, how you doing?
Shalom, sis. How you doing?
Shalom.
I want to hear what you have to say, because I really do want to give you some advice. So go ahead and speak, sister.
Yeah,
you finish the questioning thing, because I suck at this, and I'm taking my daughter here again.
Yeah, because from a woman's perspective, like dealing with certain men, especially like hyper masculine men, like who that person is, right? So he's not an ordinary man. Everything that he experiences, he it's explosive. It's made to be so much more than it is. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I didn't know what I was dealing with when I got involved with that guy, and coming into the Israelite community, and feeling like I met a man who had a good standing in the community, who was teaching, who people respected. But now I'm seeing how slowly but surely, especially over the last year or so, that I've known him that he's just spiraled downhill. And for a while there, I thought, is it my fault? Like, is it something about me that's making him this angry or making him lash out at certain people? I didn't get it. And many times I thought about, distancing myself from him. But at the same time, I was in love with him. He was in love with me. We were trying to, figure out how to make this internet thing work. But somebody who spends the majority of their time on the internet or on lives, that wants to remove themselves from real life, who can't seem to deal with reality, there's not much I can really do with a person like that. This guy has said, truthfully, he said the most heinous stuff about me that he's since deleted, but T-Duck will be witness. He's probably been there for a lot of it, where he's called me every name under the sun. He said that I'm at fault for why he at times has
I know you
questioned
hate me
his
repeating this. He talked about your autistic son.
my autistic son. He started
Dude,
bringing
I got so mad when he was like, "I'm a time to a true." I hate repeat. I know you hate hearing that, but
you know what?
that
I
was
couldn't even listen to
fucking
that
nice
whole
shit.
stream. Yeah, because he said some, and I know that pissed off a lot of people because I forgave him after he said all that stuff, which I shouldn't have, because that was my children.
So far, what you got to say truthfully? How can we help this sister?
Okay, sister, do you live in California?
Mm-mm.
No, I live in the UK. Yeah, he lives in California. Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering because the dude I just got to dealing with talked about a woman he was dealing with that had an autistic son. My daughter has autism. She's 17. She has Asperger's autism before they got rid of the spectrum. So
Yeah.
I feel you when it comes to being mothers of autism children.
Thanks.
We look at things a little bit differently. We don't view people the way we should view people, especially coming into this truth. We feel like, oh, we finally found some men that know how to act right, because we all have a rule book now, right? So with having a rule book, we should know how to act. And it's not that case. We all are coming out of captivity. Women are more mature than men. Sorry, T-Duck. But women are more mature than men. And I had to learn this the hard way. Like literally, I fell into depression and everything else because I thought I was coming into this family that was going to know how to treat me, and I was going to automatically treat them well right back. Yeah. It's not like that. I wish it was. It's the same way when we first learned that Caesar Borgia was not Yahushua. Mm. And we had to learn how to look at that white man as something else, and we learned exactly who he was and exactly how he was played and programmed. And we kind of get played and programmed when it comes into coming into the truth as well. We're taught that our men are a certain way, they're going to treat us a certain way, and everything's going to be okay from here on out. And it's not like that. These are regular street dudes. These are regular dudes that people that was brought into the truth, and some of them use it as a hustle. Mm-hmm. I just got out of the proving phase with a dude 8 weeks ago. They hustled me for $1,300, and he put up a video with pornographic animation, and I didn't agree with it. I said, "Hey, take that down. That's disgusting." But what I should have said was, "Why would you even do that in the first place?" You know what I mean? Of a girl getting a train ran on her. All these men are waiting to go next. I'm like, why would you put a woman up like this and humiliate her like that? I don't care if it's a cartoon figure or not. This is what you see Black women as.
Yeah, because ultimately, I feel like my experience, like he ultimately hates women. He doesn't respect women. He doesn't trust women, whether it's like his past experiences. I always felt like I was like a punching bag.
Well, I hate to say this to you, but honey, welcome to the truth. Mm. I really don't want to say this, but I have to. 90% of them don't like us. 90% of them feel like the white man has given us everything, and everything we have belongs to them. They'll try to talk you into polygamy. Don't listen to it. It is done away with. We're not allowed to do that. And I've had elders tell me polygamy is okay. I've had brothers look at me like, "Oh, you're in the medical field, so how much money you make? Oh, you can be wife number 2, wife number 3."
Mhm.
You know, so it's like we got to stop looking at them because they're not Yahushua. They're not the Most High. So we got to quit looking at them as our Savior and our Father because that's not them. They're in training, but they're trying to take their ranks like they're prophets right now. No, you're not. Judgment Day is still coming for all of us. So Judgment Day is coming for all of us. How are you already there? Like how are you on this high pedestal? No, brother.
It's a delusion. That's what I'm saying. Like this guy is actually delusional. He wants to put out there that he's actually no, he doesn't, and that's why I don't understand why certain Israelites still entertain him, because he puts out the absolute worst of what Israelite man should be. You know, the thuggery, the violence, the threatening of women and children.
Hey y'all,
Sorry.
I got something for y'all. Hold on. Nah, you don't have to say sorry. Y'all can keep talking. I'm about to just share my screen. Hold up. Do I still got it?
How long have you been in the truth, sister?
Over a year, a little over a year.
Yeah, so you're still a baby in the truth. You're about to go through it. The Most High about to show you some things. And the first thing the Most High
he showed me.
The first thing the Most High is going to show you is don't ever put nobody before Him. Don't trust nobody more than Him. And so He will purposely take you through things to make sure you understand who woke you up to the truth, who brought you in this, and who can take you out. So the things that if you love something more than the Most High, because He is a jealous God, it will get taken from you.
And that's the thing. I don't think I had established that foundation before I got involved with somebody like that who thought they could teach me and I should follow. But everything he showed me, I was resistant to because I felt like he was leading me
the wrong way.
Yeah. So
yeah,
there was
and you know what? Look at that brother, and you tell him, "Those that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity." Tell him that, because you cannot lead the Most High sheep the wrong way. You can't do that to us. You will get punished for that. And they wonder why more men are going to die in battle.
Wait, hey, truthfully, real quick, not to cut you off. Oh, go ahead and get that out, but then I'm gonna play this. So let me know when you're done, sis.
No, you're good. It's okay.
All right, hold on. We're gonna rock it from here. I don't know if it's.
Is that the image
of
that dude?
Where's that? It's coming.
Y'all heard that?
Okay. Hold on.
Brother is doing God's work, but let's continue. But she wants to be all prissy, you know? Like, no, I got on high heels today. But she's really not like that. That's why I took affinity to her. Like, oh shit, she's a goddamn savage. Put the Glock in your titties. Oh, I took affinity to her. I gotta look that word up. I put it. I'm like, damn, bitch, what? Y'all heard that?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back.
Yeah, I'm not really grasping it. He was talking about a girl in high heels. Like what?
No, he's talking about Nepal.
This is a stream that this certain person did. I guess we could say maybe his name, but involving a certain female that he calls his sister and is a friend, who I actually know he's probably in love with, and is actually pretty distraught about the fact that she chose another man over him, you know, given his best efforts to try and secure it, and he still hasn't been able to let go of that. And this is something that I've had to dealing with this man as well, and knowing that, you know, I was playing second fiddle almost to a woman that he actually really wanted but couldn't get because she didn't want to, you know, deal with his fuckery, basically. And that's the reality, that I have to, look at now. Sorry, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting y'all wrenches. Go ahead. Continue.
I haven't even looked at the chat. Who is it? Is that Mother Earth? Mother Earth. I haven't seen her in a while. I know Mother Earth. She's hilarious. Mother Earth.
She got the biggest, prettiest lips in the world.
She's so
and
funny.
She's smart.
She's
witty. Oh my God.
Hey, Mother. She's so nice. Like, if you're still here, Mother, like, come on, because I know she does not hold her tongue. I'm not sure if she's an Israelite as well, but I met her over at the Manosphere, and she's hilarious, and she's such a sweetheart. Sorry,
I really worry about, because I know that when I called you a baby in the truth, because you've been in like over a year, I've been in the truth about 5 years at this point, and so I've been like drugged through the mud, through things that should have never happened, and I really worry about our women's mental state, because these men can have a drastic change on us to where we fall apart. We got to pick ourselves back up. We got to get our thoughts back together, when they're supposed to be the ones that are supposed to be kind of like another type of savior, even though they're not our savior, but some type of that form. And they're out here literally running through women and destroying them. Like, you'll reach some that'll try to sleep with you. I ain't sleeping with nobody. I've been celibate for over 8 years at this point. I ain't sleeping with nobody. Like, you're gonna have to really prove to me. That's what the proving phase is for. Prove to me you're the king I should follow. And if you're teaching me things that I don't agree with, that the Most High has not shown me, we have a problem, brother.
Right.
But truthfully honest, what do you do in her situation where he's being abusive and mentally, saying abusive things to her? Like, if
Honey,
a sister came to you, what would you say to her?
I wish I could say something to you, but I'm going through that right now myself. That's a learning, that's a learning curve. Because women, we want so badly to be there for them, and you can't stop us. It's like we're their helpmates. We were given to them for a reason. We were made from y'all's rib for a reason. We want nothing more than to help you when we know the white man got his foot on your neck. So we do understand what you're going through to a certain extent. But you want us to carry the whole fucking cross for you.
Oh my God.
Huh?
So true. It's so true what you're saying. Like, I held on for so long because I felt like I was brought into that man's life to try and
you didn't want him to look bad.
To try to help him. Like, I felt like I know it's probably like a female thing, but make him better and show him maybe, what he could do with leaving behind all the BS stuff. But ultimately,
and that's the thing. If coming into the truth can help us change, right? Because before we get a hold of these toxic men, we're doing just fine. And then when we get these toxic men in our life, they'll leave you hanging for whatever reason. They'll lie on you for whatever reason. You can confide in them. They'll betray you. They'll spill your deepest secrets. They'll do whatever it takes to humiliate you. It feels like an humiliation ritual.
Oh my God, truthfully, you're literally and it's actually sad at the same time that I felt like I was alone. Like, I felt like this can't be something all Israelite men or men do in general. I've never experienced
a lot of them are doing this. Like, this is what us women in the truth are going through, and we don't speak up about it. We do what we do in the Black community. We take it, we don't report nothing, and we move on. So therefore, it's not exposed to the light of what's happening with us. And then when we fall apart and break down, look, I told you she wasn't a real queen. I told you she wasn't righteous. Something's wrong with her. Something's wrong with her.
Oh my God, what you're saying is exactly.
She's speaking to my soul.
I feel like, I swear, I feel like we were dealing with the same because everything you're saying is exactly what has happened to me. I'm made out to be the crazy one, the emotional, the dysfunctional, everything is always turned on me. And that's the thing. Everything you're saying just rings so true to me. And it's
Because we're dealing with men that want to take the king status. They want the king chair, the crown. They want to be the prophet right now, right now, right now. And they're not working on themselves.
Mm.
The women, on the other hand, we're smarter. We've worked on ourselves. We were happy to come into the truth. And we embraced it cold-heartedly. Like we embraced it. The men did not embrace. I don't feel like they embraced coming into the truth like we did. They just embraced the crown and ready to take over and be king without fixing themselves. Because you have to understand something. Black women have been running shit for years, for decades, and for generations. We've been raising our families even on our own. So we're stronger in a different way. The men, they are used to getting girls pregnant, running off, doing what they want. They can't handle pressure or pain. That's why we have to carry the brunt of the pain and the pressure for them, or else they will crack, snap, and break. And we're sitting there trying to keep everything together. Like, wait, I got it, until we finally fall apart and we go the hell off on them. And when we go the hell off on them, you're the demon now. Something's wrong with you now. And it's like, wait a minute, I can only take but so much. Like, are you kidding me? And they start blaming us. Well, the white man has done this for you, and the white man has done that for you, and y'all get so many privileges. And what?
Try to make you feel guilty. Hey, real quick, let me a yield. That's my brother from another mother from across the pond.
Peace, Ayel. What's going on? Oh my God, sister.
I hope they treat you right over there, bro.
Everything
he got
you're
his
saying.
trumpet. But go ahead, truthfully.
No, I heard you, sister. I heard what you just said, sister. And if another person can learn from our pain and what we're going through, and if more women will speak up so the brothers can start correcting themselves, because they don't correct each other. What they do is they group up. That bro code is dangerous. That bro code is very, very dangerous. They stand up for each other.
Oh my God, I love her. She's just, oh my God.
They stand up for each other. And I call it black. You know how you got white people got white privilege. Black men have given themselves black privilege. It's not extended to a black woman at all. It's only for them. They are allowed to get away with every fucking thing under the sun, and it's okay by them.
Yes,
but not us.
I've experienced that too. When me and this guy went through an issue, and I wanted to get him back for exactly what he had done to me, and I did it on a minor level, but I was looked at that I was the bad one because I was hurt and I wanted retaliation, I guess you could call it. But for him, he was always given a pass for whatever behaviors. This guy threatens people, threatens to kill people's wives, children, run up on me, I'm gonna shoot you. He's the total thug, right? But he gets the pass. But anytime that I was hurt, because our relationship was pretty much on display for a lot of people, I was saying like, well, why would you do that to him? I'm like, hello, have you not heard how he's continually disrespected me? And I've held my tongue for as long as I could. And like you were saying, at some point, there's only so much you can take before you react or snap or whatever. But that's the thing. There's certain forgiveness that is afforded to men that as women, we just can't enjoy that, and it's sad. But maybe that's, like you said, it's part of the whole doctrine, the ideals, the place.
I got a serious question though. Why don't the sisters make like a union? Are y'all able?
Because
y'all tell each other the problems?
No, I can tell you why. Because it's the Bible. We have an order. It's the Most High, man, woman, child. So you are supposed to go to the man for certain things. If you're trying to follow the order of things, a lot of black women don't come together. I call it there's a lot of coonery amongst the black women. Cooning towards the black man. not towards the white man. It's a different type of coonery. And they will sell you out to the black man. Oh, she's
Damn.
talking like this. She's talking like that. Like
Mhm.
we are separated. Black women are separated.
Mm.
Black men run everything, and they're not even running it correctly.
Mm. Mm.
I've tried to go to sisters before. It has never worked out. I've had sisters come to me and pretend to understand what I'm going through just to go back and tell their brother what my real thoughts are.
Damn.
Oh my God. Truthfully, okay, this happened to me. T-Duck, you were probably there, right? When I woke up and saw the messages that man had sent me, kill yourself, fuck your autistic son, la da 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 da. Just like, and I sent that to the female that was on that chat, right? Like I was like basically saying, if you wonder why I'm angry and miserable, like this is it. This is what I get exposed to pretty much on a daily basis. And her first instinct was to send it to him to show that I had forwarded on those messages, right? This is the thing. This is why it's like what truthfully saying this whole sisterhood thing is so fraudulent and fake. Instead of her maybe addressing that as her brother on that chat, she took that opportunity to show him that I was trying to get her on my side or trying to, do something underhanded. That was what she was trying to do. And this is why I was like, I'm gonna just leave it, because no matter what this man says, you're always gonna side with the men. You're always gonna be a pick me type. It doesn't matter at this point.
There you go. It's
yeah.
very much so. Have y'all ever played checkers? And when you make it to the end of the board, you get crowned.
Yeah.
Another chip goes on top. That's what it's like in the black women on this side of the fence for us being the truth. Like they will literally go back to them so they can get a pat on the head and get a treat. You're good, black woman. You're a good one. Now you're considered righteous, just for like selling out your sister.
Yep. Yep. And this is why I find it. Oh man.
That's divide and conquer tactic.
It is.
Yes, it's very divide and conquer.
We shouldn't be using that against each other. We should use that against oppressor.
T-Duck, do you remember when I was on my channel Heavy and Hard?
Hell yeah.
When Chief was over there?
Yes,
Chief tried to drill in my head that they really don't like us. Because, he used to be a Muslim. And I did not believe him for shit. It wasn't until I got done wrong and I thought, the black men it's gonna be like a court system. They're gonna hold up justice and say, hey, this is wrong, don't do this. We're gonna go according to the Old Testament. You can't do this, you can't do that, this is wrong. And you're gonna be held accountable for what you did wrong. It was not like that at all. It was very much like how a white man's treated in court. Like, it was like, no, he's innocent. You're guilty automatically because you're a black woman. Right. Y'all, you are the very reason why we're all into this, because you ate the apple, which is metaphorical, but because you bit the apple, it's all on you. And we have to carry that bone and that weight for the rest of our lives. And that's why in the end, it's going to be 7 women to every man. Because a lot of men are going to die in battle. You cannot treat what the Most High gave you as a gift. As a privilege he gave us to them. And we're very strong women. And they're using us for financial gain. They're using us to manipulate us, lie on us, put themselves on a higher pedestal, manipulate. Like they're doing, that's why white people are getting punished the way they're getting punished. Because the Most High gave them a certain task to do, and they went overboard. The black men also have a task to do, and they have went overboard. It is prophesied they're going to get in trouble. They just can't figure out what for. Because a lot of them are narcissists and they can't figure it out.
Yep.
And
don't worry, I'll be there. I'm going to be fighting to the last inch of my breath.
And you will get beat down by every brother because 30 of them will team up on you and it will be a wrap.
It don't matter. I'd rather die for something than die for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do that to T-Duck now because he has some, compassion for women. and he shows
Simply
some
honest. If you
respect
don't know me by now,
already.
I was guaranteed death at birth. The only reason I'm still living is for these kids. Anybody else could get it.
I honestly, like, after being in the truth for about 4 years as of last year, I fell all the way apart. I fell into depression. I went and got myself put on Leprexa. And I pass medication for a living. I work in the healthcare field. I'm a medication administration tech. I pass medications. I shut people down. You name it. I see a lot of people die in front of me because I've shut them down.
What
But
you saying? Oh, what?
but like when I fell apart the way I did, and the Most High is slowly building me back up. So I'm not like I'm nobody. But I can
No,
only
you are
You
somebody.
are.
You don't.
no. I mean like
KK, get her.
no.
Get
You are
you.
somebody.
I love you saying somebody.
Don't get me,
You're
KK.
amazing. You're
Stop
amazing.
T
You
Dub.
are somebody.
But what
Don't
I
ever
mean
say that
I
in
know
my
what you
presence.
mean. I know what you
what
mean.
I mean is I'm nobody according to like what we're going through in this system. Like
You a soldier.
I'm being rebuilt by the Most High as we speak. So the only thing I can do is speak on my experiences and hope another sister relates. And it brings joy to my heart because KK is the first person I've ever come across that said, yes, I understand what you're saying.
I understand
And
that.
in all these years, she's the first one.
Mm.
So now I know I'm not crazy. It's validation for me as well. I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy.
But I will speak my truth, whether anybody likes it or not. I'm gonna say exactly what I've gone through, exactly what they're doing, and exactly what I've seen. Because I wanted to go to school for psychology. I started studying different type of mental illnesses, like sociopaths, narcissists, all that, serial killers. I want to know what makes people tick and why they tick this way. Because if I can figure out why you are what you are, I can avoid you. Because I keep running across these demonic spirits that I can't stand.
Yeah.
And I want to know why are demonic spirits amongst the Most High's children.
They are.
And that's when I learned it's to derail us from the truth. It's to distract us from the truth. Not everybody that says they are your people are actually your people. So once we realize what we're dealing with, because anybody can come up to you and say, I'm an Israelite brother and start quoting scripture. That does not mean they're actually Israelites. They can be Canaanites.
Yeah.
They can look like us and not be us.
Honestly, guys, the last year dealing with guy, just the depression and the devastating, like hello?
KK, repeat what you said, you Borgin. Let me go on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the garden. Just going off what Truth is saying about
She'll be right back, y'all. Oh, there she goes.
Oh.
You were breaking up, so we didn't hear nothing you said for the last 30 seconds. We didn't hear nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just going off the depressive state or in a low state. To alcohol. Honestly, I've really developed like a problem with alcohol and just dealing with this person and the emotional abuse. It's probably the only way I can describe it that I've experienced. And I completely, everything you said, it just mirrors pretty much to a T everything that I've gone through in the last year.
You said you developed a problem. You say you developed a problem with alcohol?
Alcohol, yeah.
Yeah, that's normal. I did too. When I fell apart last year, I did too. And they used that. Like I confided in a brother and I said, about me drinking and like when I say I fell apart and fell off and fell down, I got on the internet and went the hell off.
Yeah.
Like it was like public. You know what I mean?
Me too. Me too. I've put myself in situations where I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I arguing with these people? Why am I screaming and shouting? Because I was so miserable and so angry.
Because
I
at
felt
one
like-
point, these are people you cared about. You can't believe
Yeah.
how they done turned on you like that.
Exactly.
Like that's like puzzling. Like everybody I trusted on the internet turned on me. And I was like, what happened? So it's called self-medicating. It's when you just kind of start numbing yourself. You don't want to feel anything.
Mhm.
And that gives them more reason to drag you, which brings you further down into the pits of hell.
Yeah, but it's funny though, the person that would drag me about dealing with what I was going through alcohol was a whole lush and would be drinking from morning to night. T-Duck can attest to that, you know. So for him to even use that as a weapon against me, because it almost felt like he was trying to drag me into his pit, you know, like for me
And
to
that's
be
what-
like
and that's-
him.
And that's when you know you're dealing with a narcissist, because they can't even stand themselves and they want to drag you down to where you hate yourself.
And he wants the brothers to know that. So he's not going to get in trouble for drinking, but you are. So that was his way to keep you in control.
Yeah, because they got that. They got black man privilege amongst themselves. We're not in that. We don't get white privilege and we don't get black man privilege. We're really like, when they say a black woman is the most hated on the planet, and none of these people can walk a mile in our shoes. They really cannot. They have no idea what it's like to be hated this much by your own and by others. And white women want to hijack who we are.
Yeah, but do you know what this guy would do to me when I would or would fall out? He'd be like, "Oh, I don't deserve a black woman. I need to, you know, get myself a white woman or a Latina or whatever." Like that kind of mind play, like you said, like narcissistic behavior. Like anytime I wanted to talk to him about any issue I had, he never wanted to hear it. He would hang up on me. He would, you know, gaslight me. He would just be doing, like, I could never tell him anything that I felt. Like, I just didn't want to hear it. And that's that narcissistic personality. Everything is about him. Nothing's ever his fault. And at this point, I couldn't care less. Like, this happened like very recently. This is like in the last day or two. But it's come to that point now that I want to make it so clear and so toxic that I will never deal with this certain person ever again in my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've given him so many chances, excuse me, that at this point, no, there's no going back. You're not going to talk about my kids. You're not going to talk about me. You're not going to talk about my situations and think that it's okay. Okay. And I'm going to spend as much time as I feel I need to rinse you. Okay, Mr. RR. Okay. You fucked with the wrong one. I swear to God. I've given you so many passes to talk so much shit about me. I've usually not even come in the chat, ignored what he was saying. But this time, I'm going to embarrass the shit out of you, because you know what's going to happen? T-Duck, truthfully, he's going to try and twist this as if I'm a delusional weirdo, don't know what I'm talking about. But actually, according to this specific person that I dealt with, people know how he is, okay? And people will enjoy the fact that I can bring out shit. And today, after what he said this morning, today to me, I'm going to spend today and probably tomorrow as well embarrassing the shit out of him, okay? And I have really no more shits to give, because I want this to be so final, there's no coming back. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go back and forth. I've been back and forth with this for too many times. Today, I'm going to frequent as many chats, live, whatever I can, right? Make it very clear that this guy is a narcissist.
Regain your independence.
Exactly. Bipolar, psycho, murdering, drug dealing, piece of shit, scum. And I am so glad, right, that I never touched a hair on your head. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
And
let me
that's
show y'all
probably
my favorite little video.
that
Real
probably.
quick.
Can I
But
say a
continue
quote?
to
Can I
talk.
say?
Yeah,
Can I?
continue to talk.
Can I say something to her real quick?
Yeah, go.
I came across this meme about 5 years ago, and it said, my setbacks might amuse you, but my comeback is going to confuse you."
Yeah.
I made that my motto. Like I went back to school. I started graduating from shit. Like I was like, I'm about to shit on everybody. Everybody who ever said something wrong about me, I'm about to show you. Like I'm not this idiot you think I am. I'm very smart.
Mm-hmm.
But I was raising my autism daughter. I had to get her to high functioning. I had her in advanced therapy, occupational therapy. You know what we're going through, IEP meetings and everything else. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
He
so
doesn't
I
understand that,
had,
though. The thing. That's why
yeah,
he hates me so much. That's why when we get into shit, he throws that in my face as if I give a damn. Okay, whether you feel like you can handle, because I know you can't handle what I go through. If I don't text him in the morning at a certain time, he will go off of me. But he doesn't want to take into consideration I might have been up with my 10-year-old autistic son all night.
yeah.
Because they want to sleep, right?
Because
But
they go through sensory overloads to
exactly.
where they're like panicky, freaking out. And you got to get to the bottom of it. They can break down crying. They can act irrational. And you have to figure out what they're going through and calm them. And then y'all can both go to sleep. But it might take hours.
It does. But somebody like that who's so selfish and self-absorbed, they don't want to understand. Even though I told him my situation, but he doesn't ask. Like his first reaction is to be like, "What were you doing? What's going on? You want to leave me?" But he's not thinking like, was she up all night with her son, who's autistic, for the last 5 hours? That's that narcissistic personality.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like you're causing
I'm apologizing for him. Go ahead, truthfully. I'm sorry.
Because you're doing you and what needs to be done in your life there in the UK, you're causing narcissistic injuries without even knowing you're doing it. So also he's trying to brainwash you by abusing you into being basically like a self-talking and walking and acting slave.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be on point. You need to act right. Do what I say right now. Yep. You should already know what to do. Why don't I gotta keep reminding you? Like, why don't you just know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but when you cause a narcissistic injury, that's when you get the rage. That's when they start belittling you, talking down on you, talking bad about you to other people, getting other people to team up with them to come across you and get you as well. To where you're isolated and you have no one. And when you're isolated, they can really beat you down into a corner.
Wow.
Because I ran across one, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know if I should say this. I will. I don't give a fuck.
Get it out.
I'm gonna say it. I know Israelite brothers that get their booty hole played with. And there was another sister that told me about
come on,
what? No, I'm just telling you.
Situation. You know I'm rocking with you. I don't care, but like, damn. Nah, it's cool.
I'm just saying. I haven't exposed these people, this person, but because the sister don't want to come out. But if she ever would, I would have her back 100% and tell on them because you got more than one wife.
And then I got your back, sister.
You have more than one wife, and you in hotel rooms getting your booty hole played with. Like, quit playing. So you need to understand these brothers that are carrying the righteous shield. Something wrong with these people sometimes. Like, I am not joking. So like, look at them as regular dudes. Yeah. This pledging the Most High. That's it. Because none of us have gotten our new bodies. We're not in glory yet. We're not in the kingdom yet. So we're all still on this planet trying to make things work. Mm-hmm. Look at him like a regular person. Because we, us women, we got blinders on, and we're looking at them as kings right now in this moment.
Yeah,
And
this
we
is the
want-
It's a good segue. Y'all can continue to talk, but I'm about to go into this video that shows some homoerotica stuff.
No, we don't want to see that.
You know
Hey,
my
you-
name. You know
Between
my name.
who?
Is
It's only
truthfully
between
honest. You know how I
Judah
do.
And
Yep. Go ahead. Y'all continue to talk.
oh my
What?
God, babes, I swear to God, you need to put your number in the back chat because I swear to God, like I would
Yeah,
love
like
to talk
their
to you
wife
privately
and
because
happens to be
you have seriously gone through, it seems like almost exactly what I have. And it
Girl,
would be
all of us
interesting.
women are going through this. A lot of us
Oh,
are.
man. But they
A lot
act
of
like
us
they're
are.
not though. They're such pick-me's. They act like everything's cool, that we should just be like, but the abuse that is happening behind the scenes, they don't want to talk about that. The mental, the physical. Like you said, these same guys have described themselves as messiahs, as prophets, right?
Here, I'm about to
See
put
that-
my number. I'm putting my number back there right
put it
now
back
for
there,
you.
because I'm not ready on WhatsApp.
All right. Well, is
Thank
this
you, Dylan.
a nigga who's like, I'm a Christian. Who you want? Hey, Rob, who you want, Rob? Israelite elect. Rob was talking about how he got, and then it all goes into play. Israel elect is the gentleman at the bottom who turned on his camera and is smiling.
Oh, I gotta
just
go
as
back a
well,
little.
and
Y'all probably
allowed
lost.
them to not only set up scams and things of that nature, but to profit off of their devious behavior. So, without further ado, I read that, so let's get into it. Let me see. I want to know if y'all can hear it. Let me go back to this. And then, it's just showing this. But it should be showing this. And then I'm going to play it. But yeah, it was a comedic person. Man, hold on. Put Israelite. Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Who struck your channel, dude? That's not play. Because it's no, right? It's a construct. Well, Killer B and Chris Harris. Is Chris? Okay, thanks. So Killer B is Hebrew, right?
Well, we don't know. Swab got a point. Like, Swab been doing really good lately. He's like, I gotta get Swab. Yeah, get Swab his goddamn props. That nigga over here, he's doing his goddamn thing.
Hey, Judah, who you want? Who do you want, brother? Who do you want over there at the HOK? Who you want to battle?
I really want a Christian. I really want a Christian.
All right, now look at this clown. He's a Judah Nazareth. Now look at his face. Look at his facial expression. Look how his lips are pointed in a downward, and look at his eyes contact. That is the sign of someone hurt. I'm talking about Rob Rack or Rob Wack. Look at him. Look how his face is looking. He's sad. He's hurt. He's like, why are you saying Judah's name? He lost a lot. He could have had a lot. He could have had a bright, real life. But instead of that, he chose to kiss the ring for Sarnetta. And now look at his face he's making when he hears Judah's name before his, who's supposedly his boy. But let's continue watching these sellouts.
Christian, an upright Christian. Like a nigga who's like, I'm a Christian.
Who you want? Hey, Rob, who you want, Rob? Israelite elect. Rob was talking about how he got, and then it all goes into play. Israel elect is the gentleman at the bottom who turned on his camera and is smiling just as well. It wasn't too long ago, Rob was talking about how he got pictures of his 2-year-old daughter. And then they hashed it out. He said, don't worry, Judah is next in line, then it's me, and then I'm going to pass it to you. So that's why they are smiling and beguiling right now. He thought Sarnetta was going to mention his name. He thought all he had to do was turn on his camera and smile. But, we'll continue on. Man, y'all got to be scholastically ready because you're in the big... Now, did you just see that? Sarnetta asks his man, Rob, who do you want to debate? And that little frown he had, now look at him. Cockeyed, all happy, smiling. For Sarnetta, for another man. Look at that, he all happy, showing gums, he's so damn happy. Watch
That was it.
I was laughing.
But yeah, that shit was like, that scared the shit out of me. I ain't never got that happy. Like, I get beat up for being that happy for another man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't live in certain neighborhoods and get that happy when you see another man, unless it's your father, grandfather, or some shit. Like,
Cheetah. But that's what's so
yeah.
funny about it, because Rob and Judah have both been on that channel, and in all occasions they've not done anything that was memorable to that extent or stood up for the Torah in the way that they believe they can now. Like, I'm gonna sit there with my popcorn and see how it plays out. But to be honest, I think they're gonna get ridiculed, just like Judah did the other day. He went on, he made a fool of himself.
Oh my God.
He says he had his, like, he exposed himself. He had a woman who got him together, but he wants to go on his live, act like he got the better of her. No, she got you all the way together. Okay?
Man.
I know. I don't know what delusional world these people are living in, but that woman, Mandisa, was that her name?
Mm-hmm.
I need to subscribe to her channel, because she is a beautiful, intelligent woman, and she wasn't having any of their bullshit. And she told them how it was and make them look like delusional fools. And that's the thing. That's a shame. But at the same time, you have to understand the platform that you're going on, that is ultimately
For the
their
comedic.
goal. Yeah, that's what they want to do. So if you want to go on there and look like a fool and fail miserably in terms of representing the Israelite community, especially two characters like these two, who have so much, there's so much crap people could talk about them. It's just not going to be a good thing. At least pick Israelite men who have good standing and carry themselves, or Israelite women who carry themselves, don't have this reputation online for going at people, being aggressive, cussing out women, talking about women's a hoes, slam pigs, bitches. You belong to the streets. Like, that's the kind of Israelite men that you want to represent on a platform like that. Because if people really want to be shady, they can only look back and see how these men have treated women that have come around them, right?
Yeah,
So-
I would say A9, Elder Yara, and you two ladies, and my brother
Oh my
Yashar.
God. Yes. Anon is such a respectful guy. I know he kind of goes off sometimes, but he never takes it to the point where he talks about people's women, their children. Yeah, he's not like, he's just like, he's a man. He'll go at you, but he's not gonna hit below the belt,
Yeah,
He's
he
that
really
kind of
been
guy.
through stuff.
Yeah,
He really
and a
had
lot of men are like
whole
that.
life.
You, Yara, like, there's so many. So they don't go to that low level bullshit that a lot of these, not a lot of them, but
Because
certain
we understand the
people.
consequences. We understand that there's consequences and repercussions to the things you say and your actions.
But what are the
We-
consequences, Chida? Because these are the two men that are being elevated, and the
We're
men
not
that
being
actually have
elevated.
respect and compassion for women and children are made to feel like they ain't shit. You're suckers. You're
Yeah,
sick.
they get you
like
by
that
the
extent.
delusion.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like they're being like, that's the part. Have you been looking at these camps like ISUPK, IUIC, even the ones that are individually taught? Like
Mhm.
when I first started, I used to listen to the camps.
they teach each other. IUIC bashes black women all the time, and they
Well,
cover
not
it.
out here.
I used to belong to IUIC, but they cover it up by saying some of you sisters, and what they really mean is black women. Like
Yeah.
black men are teaching each other. Back to Chief Holiday and what he taught me, and I did not believe him, but I do now, is that they really don't like us. It's not that. I mean, I know it's like kind of like we're in denial. In my field where I work in, we call it the 5 stages of grief. You go through denial, anger, depression, anxiety. Like you go through all these different steps before you finally get to acceptance of what is really happening. And we have to go, us women, we have to go through the 5 stages of grief until we finally realize what we're dealing with and what we're in. I will never stop being a child of the Most High. But you men do not determine my status with the Most High. You will never determine my status with the Most High. I'm going to continue to be a daughter of Zion, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
But so you do not get to judge me now before Judgment Day and tell me my worth and what I can and cannot do. Like, I know how to read the Bible. I've read the Torah front and back and over again. I know what I'm allowed to do, what I'm not allowed to do. So why are you coming and telling me something that's different?
Exactly.
Based on your agenda and what you want me to do for you.
Yeah.
So you will never again be allowed to make me fall apart. I will never be a victim for anybody. I'm gonna stand up tall. And when I finally get myself all the way back on my feet to where I'm talking about like mentally, it's over for you.
Yeah. Oh, babe, I really wish, I hope I can be part of that. Seriously, I want us to
You
talk.
on your way. You already look at the way you talking tonight. You already said it's on.
I'm
Like-
strong. I swear. No
Hey,
man.
should I
that's
get
the
off
thing
the
for me.
street? Shit, I feel uncomfortable right
He
now.
that knows me, like, I'm strong. Like, no man is ever gonna make me feel like I'm nothing. Okay, you are nothing. Okay, listen, I'm a strong Black African woman, and I'm gonna bury you. That's how my attitude is right now. Like, for a moment, I felt, and moments in the past, I felt like maybe how you felt or other sisters have felt, like just the depths of just misery, right? And I picked myself out of it. Like, honestly, I don't know how I did it, but I managed to. There's times when I've been such in a dark place, but today I feel so energized and just, I'm not having it no more. I'm not having these guys talk shit about us, make us look crazy, make us look bad. And what I love is that the fact that there's men like T-Duck, men like Anon, Yara, like there's a lot of other men, Domo, Taz, all those guys who actually want to hear our voice and will support us, you know, in what we're saying, because they understand that these men are mentally sick and they feel like they can abuse us and
like
do
I told you,
what they can.
KK, I didn't mean to cut you, so just let me know when you finish.
No, go ahead.
Oh, the problem is you, and truthfully honest, are too intelligent, and you make, and I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all not going to hear this. Y'all make brothers uncomfortable because y'all can actually think and y'all can rationalize and y'all could even make sense sometime when y'all could correct us when we not making sense. So we gotta carry that burden, and then, you know, brothers laughing at us and mocking us like, damn, your girl's smarter than you. So now I feel it's like I gotta show the brothers that I got control in this situation.
Right.
So that's what it be sometimes too. Not to excuse any, you know, ill treatment towards a woman. I'm just saying that be sometimes the catalyst.
No, and I exactly what you're saying, especially dealing with Rob, right? Who is
a lot of brothers, because I don't know if
one of the worst.
Yeah.
What I've seen on the internet, I don't, you know, in reality, what a lot of women have gone through, the kind of characters they have to deal with. But in terms of the online presence, and who will you describe, T-Duck, as the most hyper masculine, aggressive, self-proclaimed, like, you know, prophet Israelite type?
Oh, Judah and Rob?
Yeah, right. And Rob is who I had to deal with. And coming into the truth, like, I had to deal with a character that was so toxic that I swear to God, that guy has never read me the Torah. You know that?
Because he's too busy trying to hump. Like, that's all they cared about.
That guy has
sex-driven, crazed savages. How a man at a book gonna call himself a savage?
Yeah, unless I brought it up to him. I was like, even at the beginning when I was like, you know, the whole, can you prove you're an Israelite without the Torah, right? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And when I used to ask, because I was brand new to this, so I was asking questions that I thought was things that they could address, and I was dealing with a guy who was supposedly excuse me, a great teacher that a lot of people like followed and respected. And then
Open the
I
tour.
asked him one question and he lost his goddamn mind. Do you remember he was like all up and down the internet? He was so disappointed with everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just went mental. And I was like, how can little old me ask this simple question and this is the reaction that I'm getting from the whole community? They hated me.
Is
When I
that
say they
common, truthfully?
hated me, they were like, who is this African Hamite hoe coming over here asking questions? Like, I got it.
Well,
from,
dang, that's rude.
Yeah.
Truthfully, is that common?
Yeah.
What?
I got it from like day one.
I said, is that common? Do brothers like not read the Torah with sisters? You experienced that?
I don't know. I've never came across a brother that don't want to read the Torah with me, but I have come across brothers that lie. Like they'll say, like one brother told me it was okay to smoke cigarettes, and it was because they burnt incense in the and like they'll start making it in the synagogue. They was burning incense in there, and they were able to do whatever. Like, I mean, like it was stuff that I knew for a fact was false. And all I can say to you, sister, is all of us sisters, including me, I had to learn this the hard way, and I'm still learning because I still want to give brothers a chance, even though I know that they but mentally ain't right. I'm still looking for my king.
Yeah.
But we have to understand that's a king, not a savior. That's not Yahushua, and that's not Yahuwah.
Yeah.
So that's not them. They
And that's
are people on this planet like we are, and they're learning and growing every day. And it depends on how much they're studying, how much they're devoting themselves to the Most High. Because the order goes the Most High, man, woman, and child. So if they're not being a servant to the Most High all the way, then what are they to us? So we're following the serpent if they're not being a servant to the Most High. We're following somebody that's being false.
Yeah.
A false prophet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the Most High is not deeming nobody else prophets. The last one was Yahushua. That's it.
Amen. What you were saying, KK?
Yeah, you just have to listen to some of these guys. They proclaim themselves as messiahs and prophets and all that. That's the grandeur.
They give themselves names like they give themselves names of Israel and yeah, like because Yasharallah means Israel in Hebrew.
Yeah.
So they give themselves all these names and put themselves on a pedestal that the Most High has not even gave to you. Look what Yahushua went through to earn his ranking with the Most High. He had to go through some stuff and be loyal to a fault. These brothers have skipped so many steps.
Oh no, but that is dealt with all this on YouTube for 8-9 years. I can call myself whatever I want because I've dealt with arguing with people online and debating people. They have this grandiose like opinion of themselves because they've dealt with internet debaters.
Right.
They have this self-importance that is just delusional,
Yeah,
and
you beat the shit out of Brian.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
God, it's like, oh my God, I forgot what you said truthfully. Oh my God, I was gonna say something.
Oh, my bad. I should have said that.
Oh no.
No, I was talking about them giving themselves titles they have not earned.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. Even now, there's a situation that's going on. I'm sure you've all heard it about a certain conscious community site, and the drama that's developing around that. Someone being accused of abusing, a young child.
14-year-old, yeah. And nobody cares about the child. Everybody worried about him. Yeah.
And these two individuals, I'm going to talk about the individual that I know and that I dealt with, who is still trying to. I actually don't know what he's. And this is the thing. I think it was the nail in the coffin for me when I felt like, even in the midst of what is going on right now, you are still acting like a complete ring kisser, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sucking up but it's fine. You can defend him because he doesn't have anything ultimately directly to do what's going on. But at the same time, you have to realize this person has covered up for people and their private life and what's been going on and looked over certain things and wants to make excuses for why he hasn't addressed those completely, even though he's insinuated certain things. And this is why I know that whole community is going to crumble, because they're inviting now even more demons, right, into their midst, right? And this is going to all go down in a flame of fire. And I'm going to be sitting there eating my popcorn and watching this, because if you know that the guy that I was dealing with, he loved bringing up that certain person's name. I got to talk to him. I got to debate him. I got to do
exactly. That's Homo America.
Yeah. So now, is that why you're going so hard? Because you don't want people to use that as a weapon against you, because you got to debate that person on that platform? Somehow that makes you so much more important. But that same person is being accused of the most heinous shit. So I get it why you feel the need to defend him, because you don't want to be seen as listen, I don't want you to, if you ever bring that man's name, at least once everything is said and done, out of your mouth again. It's nothing you can use clout for in your life.
In the end times, the Bible says people are going to become lovers of themselves. They're going to praise themselves. These men are literally lovers of themselves and praising one another. Like they're giving each other the crown. Like they're in so much hot water with they have to see. But that's the thing with egos and narcissism. You are like in your own way. You cannot see what you're doing is wrong. You cannot take women and bring them down to literally zero and then not be held accountable for what you've done. Like there's a 14-year-old girl that was lured away from her mother and put in the most heinous situations. How does a 14-year-old get intoxicated with different drugs and everything else in their drink? And everyone's sitting there trying to debate on whether Brother Polite is being done wrong as a black man. George Floyd. No, sir. You're nowhere on that level.
Exactly.
This is disgusting. There is no sympathy for the 14-year-old little girl, but all the sympathy for Brother Polite from what? Black men. And I'm disgusted by this.
Well, black men. And they're not even part of the LGBTQ. I say it's Polite is being supported by down low men. Like I don't think it's real black men that supporting it.
Oh, you mean like ones like they booty hole play with? Okay, I got you.
That's who's supporting Polite.
I got you.
You know what? Though? It's probably both, and I think
you fucked me up with that too.
It's true.
Hey, be hella mad,
girl.
They freaks. I'm telling you, they freaks out here. Okay.
Bring out their names. They want to throw our names under the bus.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Nah. It's a big name. I ain't gonna go there. I'm asking for drama if I do that. But you know that I know, and how about that?
Hey, I'm about to smoke one of them incense.
No.
But it's funny. Like I'm just like at this point, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm taking like why?
Wait a minute. Can I say something to you, sister? I heard you earlier when you said you was about to bring hell of fire for that dude, right?
Yeah.
The best thing you could ever do, and you're a grown woman, you're gonna do what you want. But the best thing you can ever do is speak up for yourself. Don't get me wrong. But go and pray about this to the Most High. And let the Most High know everything this person is doing to you. Because the Most High says, if you make his enemies your enemies, he'll make your enemies his enemies.
Yeah.
There's nobody that can get him worse than the Most High can.
I know.
Because these people out here is just an audience. They don't care about none of us. They're here for the drama. They're here for all the smoke. They want it.
Yeah.
And you might feel like, oh, I'm really getting him back. because because I lashed out on the internet. And I allowed myself to go down deeper and down deeper and down deeper. And all I did was trash my reputation, trash my name, to where I was looked at as not a righteous sister anymore. People are still warning people about me.
Yeah.
You need to watch out for that sister right there. She'll help you out and then bring it up. No, if I give you a loan, dude, pay me back when you said you're going to. Don't hit me up and say, "Oh, thanks for the come up." And I'm supposed to not say nothing.
Yeah.
And if I speak up, now I'm the unrighteous sister.
Yeah. And you know what? I did that. Do you know what? I did that once before, right? Where we had an issue. We weren't speaking to each other for like a week or two. And I was on the rampage. Like, I went to every site that I knew he didn't mess with, like talking bad shit about him. And I promised myself after that, you know, when we reconciled, that I was never going to do that again, because it didn't make me feel good. I knew I was doing it because I had heard him say certain things about me on his live streams.
It makes you feel lower about yourself, which will make you reach for a drink because you don't want to feel that feeling. So, oh, time to numb myself. And it's like a never-ending cycle. That's not going to help. None of this is helping.
I would get drunk. I started messing around with a certain sector that I know some people here like now was on. Like, I was just on the warpath, you know, and I didn't want to deal with the Israelite community. I went somewhere else. And even over there, I would get drunk. I'd be cussing everybody out. I'd be just doing.
It's embarrassing when you go back and hit that play button.
Yeah,
you hit that play button and you're like, you want to reach out to the content creator, like, can you please put that video on block? I wasn't myself. Like, and they're like, no, I'm keeping it up. It's the rating. You really showed out last night.
Yeah, and I got a reputation really quickly in that sector for being this like loudmouth British, you know, bitch. You know, I was like, and it kind of caught on, but I almost like enjoyed it because it was like my outlet. Because actually, deep down, I was like hurting. I was like angry, and I was just taking it out on whoever I could, just to avoid being over there where I might run into him and his little, you know, his circle. So that was, and they put up with me. But do you know what? Even over there, and when I used to go in on those guys, and I'll say it was like the manosphere space, right? Even then, they never called me out of my name. They never were like super disrespectful to me, even though I would be going in on them, like on the side of like Black women and why they view you in a certain way, etc. But I never really got the backlash and the disrespect that I have from dealing with the Israelite community. The kind of shit that these men, women have said about me because of my dealings with this guy has been just, I've never experienced anything like it in my life. And it's sad because, like I said, you thought it was like a space you could go to where you could find like-minded people that would show like a certain level, or like a higher level of respect for each other, but you don't find it. You don't find that over there. A lot of these channels, anyway.
No, you think you found your people and you found people that are like you, and then you have to come to the realization that something's not right. It's traumatizing. It's really, and I came from a family that traumatized me already. So when I thought I found a family and a group of people that understood me, and then to watch everybody turn on me yet again, it was traumatizing. Like, so, but back to what I was saying earlier. The only thing I'm worried about right now when it comes to you, it's okay to walk away. It's okay to walk away. And if you're going to tell on something, go tell it to the Most High. Because the Most High going to come out guns blazing for you. Especially when your heart is in the right place and you're trying to do the right thing, and you get taken advantage of like this, the Most High he can get him worse than you can ever get him. Because the only thing you can do is use your words, and it might sting, but the Most High can actually bring trouble down on them.
I understand what you're saying completely, but this is a guy. I think a lot of people probably know who this is, and he revels in the fact that he can drag me. He has an audience where he can say whatever he wants.
Well, let that
You-
pig roll around in the dirt, in the mud by himself. I mean, it takes two people to fight, and after a while, he will have to move on, or it's going to be like beating a dead horse, and he's going to start looking crazy. Because they're going to be like, damn, the girl ain't even around here no more. She ain't fucking with you. Like, let it go already. You know what I mean? But a narcissist will never quite let it go. They'll bring it up even like subliminally from time to time.
Yeah.
You know, they'll speak about you and like they'll talk at you without mentioning your name,
Yes,
without
babe.
any of that stuff.
He is exactly like that. He's a complete
don't
narcissist. Like he'll be like, I'm not gonna mention her name, but I'm gonna say this. And like people are like, well, we know who you're talking about, but he'll like do it in an underhanded, really shady way. And people know because they know me, you know, we've dealt with each other. Of course they're gonna put two and two together. They're not that stupid. But that's what he does. He makes it, oh well, I didn't mention your name. Why are you so like listen, you think when you describe me as an African booty scratching hoe, like they don't know that you're referring to me. Like what other African do you have? Do you know what I mean? Like he does stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but you know what? Like,
your name.
And what's so sad about it? YouTube is very crabs in a barrel type of mentality. Like, it's a place where they thrive and eat and feast on negativity, drama, and just talking about it. It's like YouTube is the new love and hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to come on YouTube and see everybody kumbaya, and we coming for the beef. We coming for the drama. Like, what she said, and who said what, and who did this, and that's what it's like. And then when I put YouTube down for 2 years, I wasn't on here. I wasn't on nobody's site. And when I got done wrong by a dude, because he knew I was away from YouTube for a long time, so he reached out to me after a year and a half and tried to rekindle some stuff, like on another level. And so I only knew how to get back at this person through YouTube because I met him through YouTube.
Right.
And I mean, people started saying, I told y'all, don't nobody ever leave YouTube. They might go under a different name, but they don't never leave YouTube. And they was claiming I was on here the whole time. Boo, I went to school. What are you talking about? I graduated. Like, what is you talking about? Like, I was not here, but I still have access to my damn channel, even though I don't go on it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. For me,
ahead.
I've never had my like my own channel where I could vent and like get it all out. You know, I have to go on other people's channels to express myself, and that's probably the problem. Like if I had my own little corner where I could do it, vent, scream and shout like he does, whoever watches. But at this time I never have, even though I could have, but I never did because he was always like, no, don't do that, don't have your own channel, don't.
Mi casa, su casa.
I know, mine
he never
too.
wanted me to have my own lane. No, he never wanted
I have a channel too as well. If you ever need T-Duck's channel, my channel, we know people as well. Girl, you have outlets. You know what I mean? Like you need, if you actually need it, it can be put out there. Trust me, people will see it.
And I completely understand what you're saying. Like, don't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
because it's not gonna. After it's all said, it might feel good while you're venting. Yeah. But then you have to go back later on and be like, and then when it's on, I mean, I would really encourage you to get your own channel. Because therefore, if you do regret it, you can go and put it on private or delete it. I would say put it on private because you never know, you might need it again. But
yeah, but you know what? The way this guy,
T-Duck,
T-Duck, did you hear the way this guy talked about me? T-Duck heard this morning, probably, the way this guy spoke about my children. Did you hear that, T-Duck? And yeah, so that's why I'm on a different level.
Wait, can I answer T-Duck real quick? Because he said, what am I teaching you? What I mean by that is when you say something and then you delete it, they can then come back and say, she said this, she said that, and you have no proof.
Yeah, you're right.
You have no proof that you never said it. Even though you
Mm.
might be embarrassed by what you actually did say, you have no
Mm.
proof on it because you deleted it. So that's why I always
Mm.
say put your videos on private, never delete them. So if it comes
Yeah.
push comes to shove, you can edit it, get the clips you need out of it to prove this part, that part, or to be all the way thorough, play the whole damn thing again.
Well,
Like,
that's the
look,
thing.
no, that's not it.
Truthfully, this guy's channel, he deletes all his videos. Literally, what
No, he
take like
don't. He
probably
puts
like
them on. He puts them on private.
he pu-
I can
he
almost
puts them
guarantee
on
you he puts them on
private
private.
or he deletes them fully because he talks so reckless. I mean, like you'd be probably shocked at the kind
Because
of stuff that
if you
comes
put
out
it
of
on
him.
private, because you know when you have your own channel, you can put it on private, you can delete
Mm.
it, or you can make it unlisted.
Yeah,
Unlisted means where if they send you the link, send you the video personally, you can watch it, and only people with the link can watch it.
exactly.
If you delete it, it's gone.
Exactly.
If you put it on private, nobody can see it but the creator on their own channel.
Exactly. But I've been
I have over
privy.
150 videos. Oh, I have over 150 videos on private.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of content on private. Back when I used to be really heavy in the content community, me and my co-host, we used to go hard, go hard, go hard. But
He's the same.
I put it all on private. So now all I think I upload now is TikTok videos.
Yeah.
But it's like
He,
my way of still getting the truth out there though.
no, yeah, and that's the thing. Like for him, he's deleted or put on private a lot of his teaching videos, and now he keeps up only videos for maybe a few days before he deletes them because he
He's
wants to get it out
embarrassed.
there. Yeah, he's
He's not
embarrassed because
proud of I
usually
mean for
he's
you,
ranting in a drunken state and then or a high state, and then he either deletes them. Like this stream that he did this morning. If I go back and see, because I came on, I think to T-Dux, I don't know if he had finished what he was saying, but it's probably been deleted, because he was talking reckless and I was in the chat and I was like, listen, don't talk shit about me and my children and I'm going to go in on you. Like, for me, I'm fair game, but don't ever bring up my child, especially my disabled child. You got me all the way fucked up and I'm going to ruin you. That's how I feel right now. I'm like, I know what you're saying. Like, if I cool down, take a breath and just realize, because I've done that before and I have in hindsight regretted it, but I'm such in that mode right now that I have nothing to lose because there's no way in hell that I'm ever going to deal with this guy ever again in my life. This guy has wished me death, my children death, so he's going to kill me. He sucked up men's ass right now who threatened to kill me as well and run up on me. And this is like the flaky ass guy, an Israelite that you want me to follow. This is the leader that you want me to come up behind. Like, no.
well, show me an Israelite brother where they don't have each other's back. I've never met Israelite brother, not one, that doesn't take the how do I say this stuff sounding crazy? Okay, I've never met an Israelite brother that doesn't take the word of another Israelite brother over a sister ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
never.
and I understand that.
They will always be like bro code to the death, and you ain't shit but a helpmate. Go in the corner, be quiet, make me some food, play with my butt. I don't know. Like, I'm never gonna
You ain't
say.
gonna let that one
Play with that booty. Yeah. But you know what? Even when I got into it with him this morning, the guy that was on there, who was on Sunrise channel the other day, even he was like, I'm out, because we have a history of going back and forth. He's like, oh, I'm not getting involved. Like, I'm ducking out. It was almost like that. And the sister too, she was like, nah, because we have that history of going back and forth. We'll call each other all kinds. We'll be saying some ridiculous shit. But I'm just saying today, it's got to a point where there's no going back. And I want to make sure that there's no going back. Do you know what I mean? Because I've accepted so much that I don't care. Like, if people hate me after today, want to call me all kinds of bitch and traitor, no, I don't care, because I don't want to find a corridor where I can find myself back to this guy. again, like I
Hey,
have
wait,
before.
KK, why
Do you
do
know what I
men
mean?
do that? Why do
Huh?
men like? I never been that type to be like, well, if you ain't gonna be with me, you just gonna like the worst of the worst
Oh
is gonna
yeah, if
happen
I'm
to
not gonna
you.
be with you, like who's messing me? You're a whore. You belong to the community. I think he probably said that on his life. You're a whore. You belong to streets. You belong to the community. You probably in this one and that one. You know how he always brings up Garfield and shit. T-Duck, according to Rob, do you think me and Garfield had a relationship?
Nah, according to him, hell yeah, he
Yeah,
smashed when he went to London.
exactly. Oh my god, this guy. Do you know how many times he brought up that man's name? But even before he came to the UK, that because I was over there and I used to rock with Garfield and I was a moderator over there, that I had a relationship with that man, even though I only spoke to that man once, right? On I think problem once, right? That man even told me, like, I ain't even calling you because I like you like that. I just wanted to see you, like, just chop it up. That was it, right? But supposedly, me and that guy had a whole secret relationship. You see how many times that man's name gets brought up in chats? KK's with him. She dumped him for Garfield. All this bullshit because he's created this narrative that somehow I'm some internet whore that goes, after the top guys in the conscious community or whatever. Like, no, I never had a relationship with it. Rob is the only one that I ever dealt with like that, ever. No one could tell me anything, right? But even when Garfield,
Who is this Rob guy? I don't even
you
know
have
who
to
he
look
is.
him up. His name is Rob.
I do know who Judah
Right.
Mack is because I have a friend that
Judah
Mack, whatever his name is, Judah whoever he.
Nasira, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, whoever he is, the Judah guy, he started talking to her husband and started spitting in his ear, and this man ain't came back home yet. So I'm just like, what the hell?
What do you mean? Hang on.
Yeah, he ain't came home.
Oh,
Now he's saying he deserves more than one wife.
Wow. If you look up Judah Natsara or Natsara, he has a channel. Rob Rack has a channel, and you can go and check it out for yourself.
Is he a teacher in real life?
Yes, Judah is. Yeah.
He's
No, I meant Rob. Is he a teacher in real life?
No.
In real life, no. He
He's
teaches.
just a tour night.
He used to teach. He actually used to give good lessons. Like, we're talking years back when he came into the truth. He used to go in the Torah. Like, now you don't ever see the Torah in his hand. No.
That's not okay, because when a man stops speaking scripture, that's a bad sign.
Right. All he wants to speak about is, I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm gonna beat the shit.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah, you are all fake. I'm a clout chaser. It's all that kind of.
He called T-Duck fake too?
He called me fake. He called me gay.
Yeah, he told
T-Duck, you be getting dragged through the mud, yo.
Yeah, he's like, T-Duck run
they
up
be dragging
T. Like, he's that. It's like, why are you trying to represent yourself?
But won't show me a street sign in a cross street where he at.
Oh my god! Do you know how many times I told that guy to just sit down? He just wants to be a thug, and he's struggling with it to you. And he's told me like, oh, like after that time, I was like, he's like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not gonna go and meet him. Da, 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 da. Even though you told him, pull up here, But
I don't want him to drag you. I don't want him to drag you into the darkness that he's in.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what
he's on the YouTube drunk, going off, being belligerent, and then taking down the videos. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And now you're saying, I'm going to go on the internet. I'm going to drag him too. And I'm like, no, don't. You're heading towards the darkness that he's painted for himself. Yeah. And he's throwing on you. He's like literally mentally and verbally abusing you to a point to where it's like you're being drugged into his dark space.
Yeah. And honestly.
And you know what? And I was, wait a minute. I was telling the brothers back when I was in this Bible study group, I said that, is it just me, or when we come into the truth, we get the most spiritual attacks on us that are crazy? Like, Because it's like the devil, or whatever you want to call the devil, or his spiritualness, or whatever he is, and what he stands for, he cannot stand the fact that you're getting your life together, you're following the Most High, and he will send something that's attractive to you your way,
Mm-hmm.
and it will, and that thing itself will drag you down to the pits of hell.
Yeah. And that's how I felt I've been for like the last at least 5-6 months. I've really felt like I've been. I even said to like him, and even on lives, like I feel like I've turned into a whole demon, like just off his energy.
You're not yourself anymore.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh my God, I transformed into this person that I couldn't even recognize anymore. I'm like,
yeah.
Why are you?
I used to be so soft spoken.
Yeah.
I used to be so soft spoken. All of a sudden, I became a what the fuck you say? And I was like, who is this bitch?
Babe,
I don't even like me right now.
Exactly. I was saying that this morning. I was like messaging the partner. I was like, listen, I don't even recognize myself. I don't want to be this person. This demonic spirit needs to get off me. I don't recognize myself. I used to rub like I was a complete wallflower, you know. Nothing could really rile me. But then I got involved in this YouTube stuff and I became such a bitch. And especially dealing with someone like him, who he thrives off insulting and abusing and calling people all sorts of names, you know? And all that energy came onto me. So when I came across somebody, even if they said one little thing that I didn't agree with, I would just transform into this horrible person that I just didn't even recognize myself. I couldn't even go back and watch these streams. I think T-Dog was doing a stream about when I was on the Sisters Live. I couldn't even listen to it. Like I had to have the volume really down. And I would like raise it when T-Duck was doing his commentary because I didn't want to hear myself and the shit that was coming out of my mouth because I'm so separated, or, you know, it just doesn't sound like me. It's not me. And I don't want to be around people that bring that side of me out because it's not right, you know? They've transformed me. And this is the reason why I've kept away from religion. I'm 40 years old now. I was raised a Muslim, and even in Muslim, the people that I dealt with then or grew up with, there was always something about religion that always made me feel a certain level of like animosity or anger, or I didn't always believe because I always thought their actions were in opposition of what they said, like. And now coming into like the Hebrew Israelite faith, even though I listened to people for years and years before that, really dealing with it and trying to embrace it. And I just ran into the most demonic weirdos that you can imagine. And I'm ready to really throw in the towel altogether at this point. I'm just like, well, fuck it. Like, I've tried now. A couple of times, and religion has always just made me feel disappointed, you know. And
well, because like I was saying earlier to you, we cannot put our faith in men. Even the Bible says, "Put your trust in no man." We cannot do this. We got to put our trust in the very thing that helped us get to where we are right now. The spirit that helped us get here when you still were calm speaking and you felt a peace within you. So the only thing I can see wrong that I've done and you've done, we put our trust in men. And read your Bible and pray to the Most High. Pray to Yahuwah to give you understanding. And you know what? I mean, like, even though I'm not in IUIC no more, I still listen to some of their videos to get, you know, like the Most High does use people. Yeah. You know what I mean? And for good, even when you don't know you're being used for good. Like when I got on, when I seen T-Duck thing go live tonight, and I don't even know why it showed up because he ain't showed up before.
Mm-hmm. I ain't went live in like 3 years. I got inspired to go live.
Okay, you see, and I saw it, and I was supposed to be asleep because I got to be at work in an hour and a half. I got a 16-hour shift in front of me, and I haven't been asleep at all tonight. So, glad I just got off of work, and I stayed late even on that shift, because COVID's going on. They got us going through the ringer right now. So,
Man.
but
Did you have to get the shot?
did I what?
Oh, you don't have to talk about it.
Did I get the shot?
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
hell no.
Oh, you don't have to get it if you work in the medical field? I thought that was like a...
They're trying to push it, but if they really want a mass exodus of the medical field, go ahead and try. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, maybe 10% of Black people in the medical field are vaccinated, and the medical field is more predominantly Black than y'all would ever know. But they have it's kind of like Caesar Borgia. It has a white face, but it's really Black. That's the truth. Like there's a lot of Black people. Lot of Black people in the medical field. Like the company I work for now, we only got 2 white people in the building.
Oh wow.
The rest of us are all Black.
And where are you, truthfully? You're in California?
No, I'm in Oklahoma.
She's supposed to be in California.
No, I ain't. I'm gonna let y'all fall into the ocean all on your own. Y'all waiting for that big earthquake? No, thank you. Like I'm over here with my tornado. Girl, can y'all breathe? The smoke, the air is already messed off. Chemtrailing and all.
Somebody who told me about, like, remember T-Duck, I was telling you about like the cancer rates in California and how they're super high and stuff. And that person was talking about his his ex having lung cancer. And I'm like, why is that so mysterious to you? Yeah, she might not be a smoker, but you live in a city or a state where the pollution level is so high.
Yeah, especially in
the cancer. Yeah, the cancer levels are really high. So I don't know why people are confused about why this is happening.
That's why they moved us there.
Yeah, kill you off. Yeah.
Yeah, but I am proud to say that I'm not vaccinated, even though I know in New York they just made it. They just mandated to where you have to be vaccinated to eat indoors and shop in certain places and things like that. I consider it the mark of the beast. I will not be doing that. They're chipping people as well. They're doing vaccinations. All this to me is the mark of the beast. And I'm just going to keep my faith in my Father. I put one foot in front of the other every day, and I walk by faith. And am I scared? Yeah. Especially with all these new variants that are out there. It's scaring me because vaccinated people are spreading it the most. And the people that come into the facilities I work for, they're vaccinated. And that's the first thing they say is, why I got to put on a mask? I'm vaccinated. Why I got to do this? I'm vaccinated. And I'm like, look, now you are danger number one. Like, now there's a problem with you. You are now a threat to my life. Well, then you should go get vaccinated. Why? So I can get under a UV light and my veins can glow? No, thank you.
Especially, like, I have a great fear of, like, vaccination. Especially, like, mothers of, like, autistic children. I don't know if you have the
my
same
daughter
view.
My daughter got the flu shot when she was 2. She's never been the same since.
Yeah, pretty much the same as mine. And you know what? I have 2. So I have my 10-year-old, I have a 7-year-old. My 7-year-old, I've never vaccinated her because my fear, it's so high that.
Because at first I thought it was my fault. My daughter has autism. I never had another child again. I only have my daughter, and she's 17. She'll be 18 in October. I've never had another baby because at first I thought it was me. And then when I started learning and studying as time went on, and I was like, wait, and these scientists, these whistleblowers started coming out and saying that it was an attack on the Black community, and this is how your child really got this. Oh, I was angry.
Oh, babes, I've been through. That was my first child, my firstborn. And at 1.5, I didn't understand why he stopped talking.
Went backwards.
Yeah, went backwards, started putting the alphabet backwards. And I just didn't get it. And doing the whole, lining up of the toilet. I was like, what's going on? And I was completely, do you know what? At that point, I don't think I even knew what autism was. And this is only going back like 10 years.
I didn't either. I didn't know what it was my daughter, when it was these vans outside this Homeland store, which was a grocery store that was popular here. And they had these flu vans, where you can just stop right there at the van, get your flu shot, and go about your business. And I don't know why I got her the flu shot when I had never had one myself. But I wanted to protect my daughter. I was like, you know what? You care about your child more than you do yourself 9 times out of 10 anyway. So I was like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and help my child out. When I got home, later on, my daughter had a fever. And my daughter was talking before that. She wasn't talking in full sentences, but she was saying words.
Yeah.
I had to wait until she was 7 after that to hear the word mama. Like my daughter did not talk. It took her even years before normally the kids say dada and stuff. She wasn't saying dada no more. She wasn't doing any of these things. I mean, my sister had taught her a bad word, shit. And I was so angry at my sister for doing that. But I was even wanting her to say shit again, just so I can hear my daughter's voice. Like, I was like, say
oh
anything.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry. Oh
you know, I was like, just say shit. Like, I mean, I won't even get mad this time. Then they told me my daughter most likely will never speak again. When she finally got tested, when I tried to enroll her in school, and they were like, something's not right with her. We're gonna test her. And that's when I found out she had autism when she was in the 1st grade. And she still wasn't talking right. The schools was they were trying to get me to put her in a home. Like she needs to go to like a children's, some type of hospital for autism children and stuff. And I was like, my daughter, wherever she go, I'm going. So we both going to go to this hospital. We're gonna be together wherever she go. Because I learned how to communicate with her non-verbally. I started like looking into sign language and things like that. Like I'm going to speak to you one way or the other, but I will communicate with you. And so of course I turned down that hospital idea, and I started praying to God. And by the time she was about, I want to say, 11, that's when the Most High came into my life. And I started praying to the Most High about my daughter. I had her in advanced therapy. I had her with all these therapists. And they were like, well, you're lucky she has Asperger's autism, because that's actually one of that means she's high functioning. She's going to be okay in life. She might be able to drive one day. And when they first diagnosed her, they told me my daughter was never going to be able to talk. She was always going to need all this care. And every year she was getting better. But with autism children, if you notice, they'll do well for about maybe a year or so, and then they'll go like 4 steps backwards.
Yes.
And then you got to get them back on track.
All over again.
Yeah, you got to start all over again. My daughter used to like chew her tongue. And when she was eating, she would like forget. I don't know if she was forgetting or what was going on, but the tongue was right there with the food. She was chewing everything. Yeah. And then she would just start crying. And I'd be like, did you bite your tongue again? No. And I had to put my finger in her mouth, move her tongue, and show her the tongue goes here when you're chewing. Like, to teach your baby how to chew. Like, come on.
Oh my God, we're so.
I know it's scary, right? That's why I was like, when Tina live.
Oh, y'all are.
Oh my God, she's gonna be my new best friend. Honestly, she just. I swear, you get so much about me. Like, I have a 10-year-old now. I'm about to send him to school for the first time in like 4 years. I've homeschooled him because I sent him to a school that was literally across the road, and I moved there specifically so I could be close to be there, because I knew it probably wasn't going to work out. And I would hear my child scream from the school premises over to my house, like, and it terrifies me that I'm going to put him in that situation again, like in a couple of weeks.
Why do you have to? Like, what made you make that choice?
I feel like you were saying, like, I feel like he's regressed being in, like, with me. I feel like he's not progressing. I feel like I took him to a certain point, and now, like you said, he's taken steps back. He's regressed. And I feel like the only way I can get him to move forward is to put him in the care of
It's okay. That's okay.
Hang in there. It's okay. We got your back. Take your time.
I want you to explore all your options because
I'm gonna
schools
try
can
it.
be
Yeah,
the most bullying, especially with him being 10. They can be the most bullying situations.
I know. I feel like it's not gonna last very long, but I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can't.
No, you can. You can. And you will. And God got your back. The Most High is always there. So don't even worry about it. We there. Even though we not there, we will be there. So don't
Yeah.
even stress it.
Yeah, I want to give him, another chance to try. It's a good special school, and I really hope he thrives there. If not,
What kind of
then
school? You said it's a special school?
it's a special school. Yeah, he tried
Okay.
mainstream before, and he tried another special school, and then we moved, and now we're because of COVID and all that madness, like they just didn't have places. But now we're at the point where he can start somewhere. I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. But ultimately, the happiness of my child, like who I'm going to look after my child for the rest of my life.
Are
You
you a
know?
full-time worker? Do you work full-time?
Yeah, I work. I work. Yeah,
When
full
do you
time
work at
from
night
home.
or in the morning?
I work in public relations, so I do a lot of writing. So I don't have to really be out there. I can do a lot of my work from
Because
home.
I know that when my daughter was in the third grade, I went to school with her every single day. Like
Yeah.
I
Do you know
did.
what I
I
was
went to
thinking? I
Like
know.
sitting in
Now
class.
he's going
yeah.
away. I'm thinking,
My chair was right next to her desk. We had
yeah.
breakfast together, lunch together, went to recess together, art
Let's
class,
go.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna post up outside that school. Like that's how I feel. Like I'm gonna find somewhere where I can just be close by, because I just don't
Mhm.
trust people having my child. Like I don't know. I have
Because
this
my daughter
trust.
was in a regular school, and they were trying to like my daughter came home one day with a busted lip, and I was like, no ma'am. And I went to
What?
that school building, and I told that principal, I said, you look real nice today. You don't got a busted lip. Your leg ain't skinned up. You look real
Mhm.
healthy. Why
Mhm.
come my child ain't coming home to me the same way I sent her? Because she was healthy yesterday
Hmm.
when I
Right.
sent her to your building.
Yeah.
So and then she made a joke. She was like, "Well, if you think she's in so much danger, come to school with her then every day until the end of the year." The next morning, I showed up.
Wow.
The next morning, I showed up.
Right there.
She was like, "I was like, what? You said I can be here." And I paid my little $2.50 for breakfast and lunch every day. You got me messed up. Now who gonna touch
Yeah.
my daughter?
But
I'm
that's the
right here.
thing. When we have children who are non-verbal, like they can't tell us how their day was, or if someone
Hmm.
was mistreating them, or
And
how it
that's the
went.
scariest thing is when your
That's
child can't tell
oh,
you.
my anxiety is so high. Like to know that even if someone is mistreating my child, he's not going to be able to express that to me.
Hmm.
And that is my greatest fear. This just
Wait, do y'all have paras over there?
have what? Sorry,
A para?
a para?
Yeah, do y'all have that over there?
I've never
Probably
heard of
not.
that. What is that? No, no, no.
A para is somebody that follows your child around every day at school.
Oh, like yeah, yeah. I'm sure they will. Well, I bloody hope so, because my child is like he's a runner. He's an absconder. Like you let go of his hand, he's running for the hills. Like he's like
I
I'm
mean,
actually gonna buy.
this person is only for your kid. They're not for the other students. They're only for your kid.
Do you
My
know what?
daughter, they wouldn't let my daughter have one, but she's going to college next year for culinary arts. She wants to be a chef so
Yeah.
bad. I
Mm,
know, girl, it's hard work, but I want you to know every year gets better. Even though, then they won't be progressing backwards so much.
exactly.
So
That's
it
how
gets
I feel
better.
it's
And
been.
my daughter is 17 now. She'll be 18 in October. So it's been a long road, but
Mm,
it does get better. It does
I
not
hope
get
so.
worse. It gets better.
I
You
hope so.
know,
Yeah,
but
I feel like I've done everything I can to my capability, like in home, and I feel like I'm just gonna give it a go at least and see how he can progress. Because I think he's ready. He's 10 years old now, so I think he's ready. You know, I would love him to make friends. And he is a happy sweetheart. You know, he loves to spend most of the time on his tablet. But I want him to, you know, start maybe
Be more
learning.
social.
Yeah. If
But at least
all I get out of it-
the first few days, so he won't go into shock. Be there.
Yeah. I'm gonna be outside those gates, trust me.
They won't
I'm
let you in. They won't let you in the building.
Probably not. No, they probably like want to settle, especially
Because of
like
COVID.
yeah, with COVID, they don't like let people in the buildings now. We can't even like go and have that transition period where you can come in and like, you know, settle your child into a new environment. Like now they don't even want like parents coming in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be completely different, but I'm gonna make sure I'm close by just in case, you know, especially for like the first week or two. I'm gonna be close to the school if he needs me to come in and comfort him or reassure him, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna have to do just to
Well,
get him settled
you
in.
sound just like me, a stalker parent. My daughter, my daughter is my stalker, and I'm her stalker. She stalks me like she really does,
Oh
and
yeah.
I stalk the heck out of her too.
It's a beautiful. Autistic children are so
loving. They're
love
so
it. Oh my
sweet. It's
god.
like,
Yeah. When they trust you, they love you completely. And
mhm. And sometimes they can be too trusting
yeah.
with people.
Oh my
That
god.
scares
My
me
son will
too.
walk off with anybody like sometimes.
I know. I'm like, I mean, now she won't, but back when she was like 10, 11, 12, Mom, they're my friend. That's my friend.
yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm your friend. I'm the only friend you got. That's not true. You don't know that person.
Oh
And
my
then
god. My son will go up and like, even though I say autistic children don't like strangers or like physical interaction. No, my son would just go up to anyone, like sit on their lap and like, you know, start touching
too
their
friendly.
face and smiling, goofing at them, like they're like, what the hell? But he's always been a very affectionate boy. He just doesn't like other people, especially his peers. He doesn't like being around his peers. With adults, he's really good, but with his peers, I think he struggles with that. But I hope at least he can make, you know, be more
Well,
sociable and make
let
some
me know how
friends.
that goes, because my daughter
I
does not like.
will.
I want my daughter so bad to be friends with her nephew. Not her. I mean, like her great cousins, and like no, not great, second cousins, and she won't play with them. He's like,
No,
he's like
they.
3, 4 years old, and she was like, get away from me.
I have a daughter. She's 7. So I'm telling you, for the first 2 years of my daughter's, he didn't even acknowledge her.
Dang.
Yeah, she was like invisible to him. But now they're like, you know, two peas in a pod. They just be running around each other, like giving me a headache. But before, he was like,
no, I'm not
what is
having
this?
it.
Yeah, it was like an inanimate object to him. Like he didn't care.
So who's taking my mother's time
Yeah.
away? How dare you? Get away.
Yeah, but he was never mean or anything. But he just would just ignore her. Like she was just not even acknowledge her. Yeah. I was like, hi, this is your baby. You're like,
And that's
what?
the reason why I want another child. Like I'm 39. I would like another child, because what happens if I'm not here no more?
I know.
Like
Do you know
that
what?
scares me.
Face, my daughter the other day, she was like, can we have another, are you gonna have another baby so she can help me take care of
Such
my
and
son?
such.
Yeah.
Don't say his name.
His name. Like it, oh my god, I burst out into tears because, you know, I've always kind of told her, like, if I'm not around, oh my god.
But we have to make those preparations. We have to think about this stuff. It's not easy to think about what's going to happen when you're not around anymore, but we have to plan it out. It sucks, but we have to.
I know. And I tried to explain that to my daughter, but she was. She's only 7. She'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the shops and I'm gonna buy Harley," because he's like very sensory. He loves to like his snacks and to eat, and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that for you, Mum, so you can look after him." But it's so sad because she felt like she would be overwhelmed later on. She was like, "Oh, if you have another baby, she can help me take care of him," you know. And that was just.
I was thinking about adopting. I was like maybe I should have had the baby like 5 years ago, but I was thinking about adopting. But I was afraid that my next child would come out with autism. That's why I didn't have a child when I was younger. But now that I know, run from the vaccinations. But then with this COVID stuff happening, and they're trying to force vaccinations on people, and here in America they passed a law. Well, they passed a law where they don't need your permission to vaccinate your child now.
I heard about that. That's crazy. No.
So that's why I don't want my daughter in public school, because it's like y'all not about to vaccinate her, and then you don't even have to tell me. Like, no.
Yeah, babe, my fear about vaccinations after my child, like, other than I think the initial maybe like in a hospital, okay, I don't know, the K vitamin or something, I was like, no, my child is not going to be vaccinated. Like, I was so terrified of having another autistic child, like, to the point where I felt like, am I crazy because I'm going to expose her to other illnesses? Does it weigh up against autism? You know, like, I really struggled. Like
what's worse?
Yeah,
you know?
I was like, let me wait till maybe she's 3 or 4 when I know she's really talking, really, like, you know, she's in full swing as a toddler. She's active, talking, all her language is there. And then if I vaccinate her and I see a change in her, I know for sure that this shit is fucking up my children, you know?
From what I heard, it's the metals in the vaccine, like the flu shot and stuff like that gave our children autism. And where I think I messed up was I gave her the flu shot when she was 2. If you waited until their brain were more fully functioned, like 5, 6, 7, then the chances of them actually getting this thing called autism is really rare.
But that's the thing, babe. Like, this is our first children. Like, we were just going along with the guidelines. We were just
Me
like,
too.
We just went along with it. We weren't aware, you know, as first-time parents, of all the dangers or the potential dangers. We were just going along with the program. We were just like trying to be good parents, you know. 6-month checker, jab, 9-month jab. Like, we were getting jabs like fucking every month or 2 for our newborns, but we didn't think twice, because to us we thought that we were protecting our children and we were doing the best for our kids.
Yeah, because the government / Satan told us, oh, you're doing the right thing.
Right.
And then we're like, wait a minute, my child is not doing too well. What's going on? And then we have to find out later on, wait, I was lied to, and you can't sue them.
Exactly.
So it's like,
look at the autism rates in the last 10 to 15 years. Like, they've been exponential. Like, they're out of, before, people didn't really understand what autism was. I didn't. I'd never really heard or dealt with somebody with autism. I was clueless as a first time parent.
Anything that scares me, I run at it full throttle. And now that I'm in the medical field, I'm going to keep growing in this field until I am an RN. But I want to understand, like, what makes this system tick the way it ticks. Because the medical field has been targeting Black people for a long time.
Money.
You know what I mean? Like,
fear. Yeah. Has always been.
But, like, I want to know, like, because they've been studying our bodies, our brains and everything, our organs for so long. Our melanin.
Melanin. I was just
yeah. You know, they've been studying us for so long. And I just want to know, like, okay, is there an end game to this? Like, what is going on? And now that I'm in the field, it's money over everything. It really is. Like, it's money. Like, it's money and power and control and population.
Exactly.
That's what I've learned.
The pharmaceutical companies.
And with the pharmaceutical company, are y'all going through an opioid pandemic over there? Because the pharmaceutical companies teamed up with the doctors over here
Mhm.
and caused you know how like in the 1980s, I think it was, we had the crack
Crack.
epidemic over
Mm.
here. Well,
Mm.
they've done it again, but now it's the pill epidemic over here,
Yeah.
and it was targeted towards every community this time.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like
And guess what
more,
happens to the abusers of, I've heard that argument before, because when it was the crack epidemic that was predominantly affecting like the black community, suddenly
mhm.
there was nothing to, help the
They put them in prison.
out exactly
But
incarcerate
now
them, make
with the
them out
pill
to be
epidemic,
criminals.
they're
Right.
offering rehabilitation, go to rehab,
Exactly. For the
or
white
go to,
people.
yeah, like they're offering them so many chances, letting them go without even arresting them, like
Exactly.
everything. Which
Yeah.
I'm happy they're doing that, because you're only killing yourself.
Yeah. I
With
just wish
black
they had
people,
afforded the same sympathy towards the crack epidemic that
I
affected the
don't.
black
I
community.
don't. Like I don't feel that way, because with punishment, we learned how, like, our people are not as crackheads as they were then. It was like really bad.
Mm.
And because of the punishment levels, we taught our children, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Now, when you give somebody a smack on the wrist and let them go about their business, if somebody comes in your store every day and steals a piece of candy and you don't do nothing about it, tomorrow they're gonna come and steal 2 pieces of candy, and then next week they're gonna be stealing almost the whole owl of shit, because you're not doing nothing to stop them.
I
There's
get what you're
no
saying.
there's
Yeah.
no consequences. So that's why the pill epidemic, the opioid epidemic, is so running ravage through the white community, because no one's not saying no. Like, there's no strong no. No, you're going to get in trouble. These are your consequences for everybody. There's no consequences.
Yeah.
So
I think.
because we had, go ahead.
Sorry, Don. For me, the only problem I have with the influx of cocaine or crack cocaine into the black community is it was intentional. It was an intentional act to put the black community in a situation where they were going to be, paralyzed.
Yeah.
Whereas, although I understand like opioids or like meth users, yeah, they do affect like the lower class for the most part of like white communities in America. I see the reaction or the trying to solve the issue, where when it was affecting black people because of their state, their depression, their unemployment, their deprivation, all that kind of stuff. And I can understand why a lot of people might have turned to using drugs to kind of, I'm not saying it was right, but to ease that kind of pain. And it was done to them with a systematic like reasoning that they wanted to put as many black people into the prison system as they could. And then I look at what's happening within white communities, even white people that use cocaine, even back then in the 80s, were treated a lot differently than black people that misuse like crack cocaine. Do you know what I mean? So cocaine was more widely accepted. It was something like the white yuppie, city types did. But now, when you see this like opioid meth epidemic that's going on within a lot of white communities, even within like pharmaceutical drugs and antidepressants, all that kind of stuff, it's like they're making more of a concerted effort to try and deal with it that was never given to people of color, which we're not surprised about. But that's why I look at it differently.
Yeah, not when you phrasing it that way, I totally get it. Like, it was used to halt our progress and bring us down and divide us, because there was a lot of arguing going on, killing going on amongst our communities because of this. And so that part I totally don't like. but we did, because of the punishment, we did learn quickly, don't do this. And when you have no repercussions for what you're doing, you're going to keep doing it. So with the white people, their epidemic has been going on way longer than it's been televised.
Yeah.
Like judges, all of them, doctors, nurses are on pills. That's why when I go to work, I have to count. I have, on the med card, we have all our regular prescriptions, and then by law, you have to have your narc box behind 3 locks. So the med room door has to be locked. Your cart has 1 lock on it, and you have to unlock that, and then you can unlock the other box on your cart to get to your actual narcotic. And we have to do a count pill by pill. Like literally, we put the pill down on this pill tray, and we scoop the pills off to the side and count it could be 130 pills in 1 bottle. We got to count every single pill. And we go by 5, of course, but you got to count every single pill. Like, because that's how much people are stealing medications.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to try to get these. I'm going to try to get this 30 minutes of sleep, y'all.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much.
Truthfully, I swear, I'm gonna message you later. I'm so glad I met you today. Honestly, I feel like you just get so much about me, and thank you, T-Duck, because
I'm I'm an empath as well. I'm very understanding, and I don't judge people because, honey, trust me, I done been through hell and back, and I know a lot of other sisters have too. If they were only honest about it, but it's okay. But
we'll get through it, babe. I'll definitely message you later once
please
you've
do
had some sleep, and we'll definitely.
See, he's about to get dragged now because you getting off. You had it going in the right direction.
Truthfully, you've been keeping me in check, but once you go to
who
sleep,
gonna drag me?
No,
we ain't gonna drag you. We about to drag somebody else.
You've been keeping me
kept it
under
holy.
wraps for the last hour or so, and 2 hours. Oh God, 2 hours. And probably while you're sleeping, you're gonna wake up and be like, "Oh my God, okay."
I'm gonna lay here. I'm gonna lay here and I'm gonna rest my eyes. But if I go to sleep, I'm not getting up. I know it, and I gotta be at work.
If I need intervention, I'm gonna call you and be like,
"Please do, girl. I'll be here." I've never called to another country before, so I don't even know how that goes. But I'm gonna figure. No, I've never made the. I don't know, like. Is it long distance? Like, I don't know. Can I call over there? Like,
just use Hangout.
WhatsApp or get Google. What is it? Google Hangouts or
look me up on Google Hangout. It's truthfully honest. I'm there.
Perfect. All right, my darling. Get some sleep. I love talking to you.
Peace.
Just take care.
Take
Look,
care.
I'm yarning. Good night, y'all.
Love you, darling.
That was so amazing. Y'all don't know how many. Well, ain't nobody listening.
She's so cool. I love her. I love her energy, and like I feel like I could talk to her for like fucking hours on end.
Oh yeah,
she just gets so much. Yeah, she's like my reflection. Like she's just somebody who's been or experienced a lot of what I have. I think she was like a little bit younger than me, but still, she's just been through. She understands. Do you know what I mean? She gets it, and that's how I felt a lot of times in this space, like alone. I'm not like that prissy little British girl that wants to come around just talk her shit and just be like, I think I'm better than everybody.
I'll be chasing. Don't forget that part.
Yeah,
and eating crickets.
Mm-hmm. Which you started, actually. You were probably my first ever troll. But, I held fast. I held as long as I could. I really battled and fought a lot of people. I swear, like, I had to fight through a lot of shit. And I'm surprised I'm still standing sometimes, just given, like, you've seen women come and go because they break, pretty easily, and they can only, maybe spray up now and again just to show that maybe they're okay, they're still going, you know. But ultimately, a lot of these men, it feels like their ultimate is like to make women or break women, you know, like make them feel like they are nothing.
Yeah, I was
in order
never
to
privy.
control them.
I was never privy to the struggle you have. And it's just like knowing it now, it's like, why would I want to put you through anything other than admiration and love? It's for the simple fact, it's like, why become a bigger burden? Why stress you out so that you can't handle all the bullshit you already got on your plate? Like, it don't make sense to me. But she brought it up, the narcissism. I'm glad I don't suffer from that shit.
And the thing is, I think a lot of people have recognized that and kind of give me an easy time. They don't really go in on me like that because they understand that I have to deal with a certain person who is probably more than I can take. You know, I feel like they don't, you know, they might make little jokes. Like you could cricket it. Like, come on, it's not like I laugh at that shit. But in terms of really attacking me, unlike they did at the beginning when they weren't really sure about me or my character and stuff, but I think they've understood who I am and that I'm dealing with a person who has been just does the most, and I hope that they have some appreciation that I'm still, you know, alive and
Oh,
well.
can you be my co-host tomorrow? I'm doing a $50 giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm serious. I've been wanting to do that for so long.
What's the criteria? You just want to give me money?
You just got to be a woman in the chat, and then I guess
you just have to be
you write the names down. You write the names down. Well, I don't know. If you don't want to turn on your camera,
T-Duck, that is very sexist. I think you should open that up. This is 2021, and you should open that up to all your followers, including the men. Don't let me report you to the, what are they called?
I can't give a man money. It's just, I mean, I could.
Why
like,
not?
if you need.
I've given men money. I've given women money. Cash outs.
Right.
Men need it more, right? That's what I've heard. So they can pass it on to their women.
No, I want this.
In this day and age, you can't say it's just for the women because.
All right, how about I do the women this time and I do the men next
How
time?
about, do a challenge. You can't just be like whoever's in the chat. Like, do a challenge like.
No, it's a raffle.
A what?
A raffle.
A raffle. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna put the names in like a hat, shake the hat around, and then pick out one name, and then I'll cash out them $50.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll do the gentleman next. And every week I get paid. I want to do it.
No, that's boring. Like, you could make it really interesting and say you're gonna pit like a man and a woman, or two guys, two women, and give them a subject to maybe discuss or debate. Like, only for like 5-10 minutes or something, and then you can choose the winner, and then you give them like a prize. Do you know what I mean? Like.
But then it's not gonna be fair because we got women like yourself, truthfully, Mother Earth, who will obliterate, are just highly intelligent. It's just gonna make a man look bad.
Well, hey, if I have to take the L and lose to a beautiful sister who needs to, I'm gonna be like, girl, take it. Oh, I'm gonna give it to her anyway. Even if I beat her, I'll be like, girl, and I'm gonna double it. I'll be like, here's 100. 100 pounds, which is like
even more,
$2,000.
Yeah, right.
No,
yeah. See, when you gotta get around to these other places where it's actually real people. Don't worry, I got your back.
I appreciate you so much for introducing me to that sister. I swear to God, like, I feel like she's gonna be, you know.
Oh, definitely.
She's so cool. She just gets it. Like, even when she started talking, I was like, wow, you just understand where I'm coming from. When she was talking, I was like, I felt like she knew this fucking idiot. Like, I was like, are you sure you haven't dealt with this guy? Because what she was describing was so similar.
but they're
I
lemmings.
love it. I love
You know
it.
what a
Like,
lemming is?
Mhm.
A lemming,
A who?
Leming. A lemming.
A lemming? What's that?
Yeah,
A lemming? Like a lemming? Like a
they all follow the same like little. It's like it was a game where you got it's like a group of things they call lemmings, and what they do is like
oh,
they
imitate each
like
other.
10 of
Yeah,
them
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they follow each other.
Lemming. Sorry. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
So what you're saying. No, and that's the thing, T Duck. I think these people have really got me messed up. Like, I don't follow. That's why when I express myself, people can't handle it. They're like, hang on, why isn't she like going along with the program? Why does she have her own
so
mind?
I
And
see them
it's
try
gonna
to
go
do
in. I can stand up against any of these people. Do you know how? Do you know how
exactly.
the kind of people I've debated and talked with? I'm not scared of anybody. Okay, and they think that I should toe the line and be this like little mouse, but ultimately, I know I'm not. And I know what Truthfully was saying. Like, don't get sucked into the bullshit of going
Right,
do the back and forth. Don't lower yourself to that shit. And
because
I
you only mentioned
completely respect what she's saying. But ultimately, my spirit is telling me that I need to go ham because I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for me to
I mean,
expose the hypocrisy, the fakeness, the idol
his true feelings
worshipping.
about Judah. He trying
Yeah,
to sit and
everybody,
say,
Judah, Rob, all these fucking weirdos be talking bare shit. I feel like everything that I've held in the last year because I wanted to appease somebody, I just want to just release it all, because you've heard me here and there, like, be like, listen, I'm a proud African. I don't give a shit what the fuck you're talking about Africans. Or this. Listen, if you're an Israelite, you're an African. If you don't want to accept that, then you ain't an Israelite. That was always my stance. But I've had the likes of like Lex and other people like, you're a sellout. You're going along with this Hebrew Israelite black hating African hating shit. Listen, I don't care if I talk to Zariak, Rob, Judah. I'm always gonna tell them, listen, I'm an African. Okay, I'm more of an Israelite than you. That's always, and I've never ever moved from that. Okay, ever. I don't care who likes it or not. If you don't want to identify yourself as an African, then you can't identify yourself as an Israelite.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm about to get punched on camera
By
today
who?
by your ex.
Fuck you. I don't give a damn.
That shit was funny.
Listen, I'm gonna have your back.
Trust me, I don't need.
Oh yeah, if he catches wind of this stream, he'll be like, look. Remember the other day I was like, nah, because I don't
Dude,
want to upset
do
him.
you
But
see how
at
your
this
ex
point, I'm
dressed?
like, fuck that shit. I don't give
As
a
soon as he step in the neighborhood I work in, or any neighborhood I
damn.
sleep with, they
Hang
gonna
on,
be on his
yeah.
ass. I
I'm
don't even
just
have to do
gonna
nothing.
chat. No, he's gonna want to probably kill you, but just stay out of
He's not.
his vicinity. Rob's an idiot. Fell out with me because he thought I like cat. Listen, this guy's so possessive and insecure. I couldn't even go to channels. I couldn't even go to Dagger Squad anymore. I couldn't even
Man.
go to Sarnetta. I couldn't even go so many places and be like,
Like, just
no.
imagine how it would have been in real life. He would have been subjected to the bed.
Dodge a bullet, like literally, seriously.
Where are you
Feel
going?
like
Bathroom.
everywhere.
He'll
Yeah.
bring out a bucket. There's
He
your
probably would
bathroom.
have killed.
There's your bathroom right here.
In real life. In real life.
Don't crush you.
But
Where you going, to the kitchen? Nah, here's some bologna.
uh-huh.
Yeah, he would have had you eating bologna. He wouldn't have let you leave that bed. That's where the only place
He's really possessive. He is very
Mm-hmm.
possessive. He tries to put on me. Oh, you're jealous of this. You're jealous of this female. Oh no, that female would not even have crossed my mind if you didn't tell me that you wanted to F her and that you're going to
Damn.
masturbate,
Bullshit.
i.e., your queen, sis that you love to talk about so much. But then you wonder why I had some hostility towards. But that's the thing. This is what a lot of men do. They try and create issues between females,
Right.
yeah, in order to create this environment as if they're like wanted and the women have to fight over them. Listen,
Right.
any men and this is what they all did, and that's the thing, I have nothing against any of these sisters, even the sister that he was dealing with before I came around. He was acting like, oh, she was jealous of you, she was doing, listen, she wasn't jealous, she was just mad that you tried to fucking clown her, yeah, in front of me and your audience. So I'm not surprised that she was like, well, F you, because something came along that you thought was better and fit your doctrine a bit better. Now you want to act like a whole goddamn clown. And I understand why that woman was like, had some animosity towards me, but that was never, I didn't even know she existed until later on.
Right.
So the thing, this is the stupid games that some of these guys play to make themselves feel
Wanted, because they know women want
and
money
important and act like, oh, these women want me and we have to fight for these women's attention. No, but they just all want me. No, because you are trying to play games with these women's emotions. Like, I didn't know what was going on back behind scenes. Even when I was gone for those couple of months and he was pretending to deal with that certain female. Remember that?
Yeah.
Right. And supposedly that was all in an attempt to what?
Keep you.
Right. Keep me, make me jealous. So you use a whole nother female to create this storyline in order to like sucker me back into the situation. This is the mind games. It's the bullshit that I've had to go through. And it's probably a lot more than some people have probably experienced, especially like in the public eye, or as far as YouTube is. Like, people have seen me get clowned, cussed out in every way, shape, or form. It's not a private thing.
Right.
So my frame of mind right now is that I want to go out and I want to just
Experience.
cuss the shit, yeah, and I want to do it on platforms where they're like, oh shit, but at the same time they're probably like, oh no, we don't want to get into trouble, like because if
Trust me, nobody
Yeah.
knows him. Nobody's scared of him. He has a 2-channel radius. Like, outside of the Judas channel and his channel and the Posh channel, like, he's a nobody. Like,
No, I'm talking about the few channels that are very aware of him.
oh,
I don't have anyone else. I don't want to go after Nepal. I don't want to go after Judah, because really they've not done anything wrong to me.
yeah,
I want to go after him specifically, and there's a few channels that he frequents.
Oh,
But
secret channels.
like, truthfully said, like, don't do it. And I can't believe I'm saying this right now, like my master plan to they'll be like, girl, no. But just no. I'm not ever getting back together with this man. Teed up.
Yeah, he made a
Never.
foul-ass accusation, and it's just like, if you had a problem with it, I don't even want to repeat it, but it's like, if you had a problem with it, because it sounds like you have a problem with it because you're trying to shame her about it, why
About
did you
what?
go with her in the first place? I don't want to repeat it.
Did I say? Tell me.
He said you was a prostitute in Dubai.
Oh yeah, he said that. He texted me that as well. He was like, you were getting shitted on in Dubai or something.
But it was okay until you left him.
All right, but I was getting shit on. Like, listen, I told that guy, my ex-husband is from the Yemen. It's no secret. I think I probably said that on live before. My father, who he lectures at Khartoum University. He actually, before that, he spent many years working in Dubai in the what do you call it? I can never pronounce it. Anyway, the government
Okay.
over there, right? I went over there. I spent time with my dad over there over the years. Now, don't equate me to this hose. And T-Duck, I'm gonna show you. Do you know what a booger wolf is? I know Rob likes to talk about booger wolves, right?
Yeah, ugly women.
Ugly women, right? Have you seen his baby mother?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna send you some pictures. And that's what's so funny about these fakers. This guy wants to talk about other men's wives, calling them booger wolves, as if they're not attractive. It's not for you to find them attractive, okay? And his ex has a whole nother husband, i.e. Rob's best friend from back there. So she's moved on. She has more kids with him. I love it. I've seen their beautiful family pictures. And I wish that sister all the best because I know she's been going through some health problems. And sis, I wish you all the best. Rob actually told me out of his mouth that he wished you died. Yeah. And he didn't give a fuck about you. And he didn't care if you died or not because of all he never forgave you for what you did to him back then. But I was like, Rob, don't say that because it's about your son. But you know, this is what the narcissists do. They want to turn it into like he had some sympathy for her. But if you look back, Rob, you were telling me that you couldn't give a fuck if that bitch died. Fuck that bitch. And if you know Rob, it's not something that you find that hard to believe. Definitely. Yeah. So, but she's lovely. I'm sure she's a great mother. But you know, if you want to talk about booger wolves and compare them to other men's wives or girlfriends, we might want to look at your decisions. You know, maybe that's why you were so obsessed with me because it's probably the best that you could ever have gotten in your life. Yeah. He was shocked. T-Duck, do you remember how he always like, where did you come from? You're up. Why would you ever like me? All that shit, right?
Right.
Because what? Because I wasn't a booger wolf like your ex is. Like, because I was actually like an attractive woman. You couldn't understand what was going on.
Why do he always say hello, ladies, and it be all men?
Oh, he does that every time. Every time we fall out, he'll always say, hello, ladies. Like, he does that whole like spiel as if I'm gonna be jealous. Like, yeah, go and get whoever that you want. Like, listen, there's only so far your false persona is gonna take you before they realize the fake you. Okay, you've done this before with several women online. Even the women that you were with for a long time, you know.
He don't care about Nepal. I don't know why he just don't.
He's in love. Oh, that's why. Yeah. He's deep down. He's so gutted that after when they left SVDL and all that he did in order to try and secure her, like I was like, dude, why do you think Soleimani was mad at you? Oh, you thought he was saying like he thought I wanted his woman. Yes, you did want his woman. I listened to streams back then, like a year ago. I saw how you acted like a thirsty little weirdo.
He told he had the audacity to come to SVDL and tell Soleimani she binds him.
Thirsty. You were the thirstiest of the thirstiest. You tried to play it a little bit different. Oh, let's grow together and be a couple. Nepal told me out of her own mouth that you tried it.
Yeah, he went on SVDL.
Like, I'm like, even she told me that you were like, and I don't blame you, but don't act like you're any different from any of these other men. The only difference is she just didn't want you. Just
and
like,
for the record, I never tried to deal with Nepal. I still think Nepal may be a transgender. I will, once I see a baby picture of Nepal as a little woman, then I will deal with it.
I listen. Napaya is a beautiful woman. She's a very intelligent woman. She
All right.
was what all at that point, I guess, before I was even around, like something that the men were competing to secure, and they were trying every way that they could. And Rob thought he would try a different stance and act like the brother. You know, try that lane, like, oh, I don't like you. You're my sis. No.
Oh, no, that's a San Francisco
Yeah,
thing.
that's just like another narcissistic, manipulative way to try and get that woman, you know, enticed in as if she's in a safe place. But ultimately, I've heard so many times. I've had this guy out of his own mouth. Oh, I'd have got you. I'm gonna you know, just like behind the scenes shit.
Right.
I don't want to embarrass that guy any further. But listen, she didn't want you. She didn't want the other ones. She chose who she chose. Respect and apart, because she has her head together. I need to get my head together and stop dealing with these degenerate, nothing giving ass weirdos, you know, and giving my energy to them, because ultimately it's not going to lead me anywhere other than into Satan's anus, as truthfully explain it.
Hey, nah,
Like,
but he was. What about Judah? Remember, you left off, but he deleted it. He was like, "You be talking shit about Judah."
I love Judah. I love like his spirit. I know he's like ultimately like a good guy, but I feel like what he tries to teach is
No, I'm
very...
not going to talk about Judah. I said he was talking about Judah.
He
Or
was
you
talking...
have to get under his skin.
Oh, Rob was talking about Judah?
Yeah, you put that in his chat. I seen it before he deleted it.
Oh, no. What my point was like, listen, I think I was trying to get under his skin in the fact that
Okay.
being left behind, Judah is at the forefront. You know, the House of Consciousness would rather put him up there before you.
Right.
Like, you know, they're more trusting, even though with the Pantsgate the other day, I don't know. But
and shout out to AI. I don't know why she mad at me. I ain't never said nothing about her. I always been nice to her.
Who's that? AI?
Judah wife.
Oh,
Oh, that's how you say it. I.
Yeah, she's not AI like she's an alien. AI, I was like, what the fuck? Is that like ET? No, she's cool. You know, I've had an argument with she's pretty opinionated, but I like her. She's like,
Dude, I never come across. I don't see that. Like I've never seen y'all argue either, but it just seems like she's so nice and humble.
A bit over at Rob's channel because Rob tried to.
Oh, okay, I get you.
And I was more than obliged to, you know, cuss her out.
Y'all leave I alone. She's too smart to be doing that dumb shit.
Oh no, but that's the thing. When you're dealing with a guy who puts you in situations where he's trying to egg on a fight between women and someone who's manipulative, like you've seen it, how he maybe fight with like a man that you had no issue with, but suddenly you're like you're getting into it for what, you know?
Oh, can you address the rumors about Ramel?
What happened?
He said you was doing Ramel.
Oh yeah, he talks about me and Ramel being together.
Did he go to England?
Listen, Ramel has never ever approached me like that ever in his life. But
so y'all heard it here first.
And wanted to go at him because somehow he's threatened by Ramel. And I felt sorry for him at the beginning because I thought, like, why are you guys bullying Ramel just because he's like maybe biracial or whatever? Like, stop it. But no, I never had anything with Ramel. The only guy I ever spoke to seriously is Tony. Yeah. Other than that, no, never. And he went at him full throttle.
Yeah.
I'ma kill you, bitch. And that's the only guy I ever conversed with, like, on the phone. Like, that was it.
And you told him. And that's the crazy thing about it.
That's the thing. T-Duck, right? Okay. Me and Tony, we spoke for like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, and the whole time I was talking, not the whole time, but like it was based on my, exit out of a relationship with Rob. And he was like, really, he was like a nice guy. He's like a sweet, humble guy. He was trying to like, you deserve better, queen, all that stuff. And I started to like him because he was just like a complete opposite. He's just like a nice guy, So after I was like, oh no, I still have feelings for Rob, I still love him,
Yo, Chubby Chaser kicked in.
Yeah, my Chubby Chaser cookie jar kicked in. I was like, and I think he said that live that he did with Rob, like, oh, he cut off. Listen, Tony, if you're listening, don't lie, okay? You never cut shit off with me. I told you in my fucking psycho state that I was still in love with Rob and that I'm gonna speak to you anymore. Listen, I have all the messages. I have this guy trying to introduce me to his mother. Like, this is after like 2, 3. I'm like, listen, I like you, you're a sweet guy, but he knew the whole time that I was still in love with Rob.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not blaming Tony, but when I listen back to like what you were saying, like you were just the most flakiest, like, oh my God, I was like, dude, at least get some balls, okay?
I don't understand this thing. We have them for a reason.
Balls, well, unless it comes to me, suddenly he loses it. But I was like, dude, I can show you the point when I said to you, I don't want to talk to you, and you were like, and I was like, nah, okay, because I still wanted to fix things with this idiot, right? So yeah, maybe I am an idiot because I fucked up potentially a great guy, career, family guy. Even he has like an autistic, I think his stepchild. So he even understood.
Oh yeah, you talked about Tony's child too.
He talked about Tony's child. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how literally how I bonded with him, because he had a child or a stepchild that had special needs. And like I did with Truthful, like we can have a rapport, we bond, like we understand our day-to-day shit, and that's how it was with him as well. And he was a nice guy in general. He wasn't like a wannabe thug, I'm gonna kick people's ass, I'm gonna kill them, blah blah blah. No, he was just like, I go to work, I take care of my kids and my stepkids, I'm just normal, like, and that was just so different. I don't live my life on the fucking internet. And oh my God, sometimes I'm like, God damn, like
it's safer.
Yeah, I honestly feel like, so after that I was like, I fucked up a potentially really good guy to deal with a piece of shit thug wannabe, like.
Yeah.
And
somebody acting that way at 40.
Oh God, I've set aside for this full like.
But the dope thing about it is now you can experience more. The internet has more to offer. Like, I want to take you a few places. I know you already got your own little probably channels you subscribe to. I'm going to try to introduce you to a few more with a lot of strong sisters that are intelligent that you'll probably click up with.
Yeah.
Because that's what the sisters need to work together.
I know. I would love to have a little sister like debate league or like discussion league or somewhere we can just go.
You really want to debate? That'd be dope if you.
I would love to debate. You know what? Every time, do you know how many people have challenged to debates and they flake out, like, or not flake out, but like don't take me seriously, as if like, oh, she's a woman, she doesn't really know what she's talking about. Like,
well, that's what they're used to.
Like, Yeah, but the men that I've debated, especially, it's just been off the cuff, and I've
Oh,
got people. But if I was to properly prepare for a debate, I love these guys. Yeah, they wouldn't last.
so you don't mind me putting in a back chat, Solar Minds, what is it? Solar Minds email so that you could have an interview?
Oh
Are you
yeah,
willing
put it in the back chat. Yeah, I'll think about it. I'm not sure if I would want to go over there, but I'll do it.
to- Never mind then.
No. You can, no, not that I have
No.
anything against them, but I would actually love to.
Because you got to get in 8 debates.
Yeah, but I would love to have a space where women, I know SVDL and the argument is predominantly
Yeah,
male,
you will be the only
or
woman.
not all male. Yeah, but I want to talk to women for the most part, at least to establish. I would love to create like a women's league where we can
I
come up.
think intellectually, Nails could probably be a good one, but
Yeah, Amber
yeah,
is really cool. Who else do I know? She's
Barbara.
she's good. I don't know how much information she has. Barbara is very opinionated as well. I don't know how much information. Do you know what? I heard Barbara was going to debate, right? Or
Yeah.
did that not happen? Oh, I remember something.
She haven't had her interview yet, but it's supposed to be coming.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if she, hey, but that's the thing. There's so many women out here that have.
But y'all gonna cheat, cause Nails gonna judge all y'all debates, and she ain't gonna never vote with y'all.
No. If I'm running the league, I'm gonna have women from across the spectrum. We're not gonna have, any biased judges running up here. No. We're gonna have judges from wherever. I'll get Jessica X to come and judge. Oh shit, she'll be like, or Nyla or whoever. Like, nah, I'm not having any like goofy that has is picking sides and stuff, because even me, like when I was over at the Manosphere, when me and Jessica, we never really got into it because we understood like we thought differently, and that we have our own lane, and I would go in on the guys here and she'd go on the women there, and still, but they tried to pit us against each other. Do you know what I mean? They really tried to like, because Jessica had been around a lot longer than I was around, probably like a year before I came around. And then it was like, this next British bird is coming around, but she thinks differently than
What I like.
we need to create this like animosity.
Division.
I was like, nah, mate, you're never gonna do that. Like, I don't care what you say. Jessica's like 25 years old. Like, I'm 4-year-old. What business is it for me to argue with a girl like that?
Girl.
Like, nah. I have my opinion. She has her opinion. Her opinion garners her a lot of attention.
What I like about her, she doesn't have to raise her voice to make you feel stupid.
Oh yeah, she is. I remember a time we went on the street and I was like, "Oh my god, Jessica, how do you stay so fucking calm?" Like, she's just, even though she's just always very monotone. She says, "Yeah," in composure. I'm like, I'm the one like, "Yeah, fuck you, yeah, right, yeah." You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm that one. I'm like that proper South London girl, who don't give a fuck. Whereas Jessica is a lot more composed than me. But I knew what they were trying to do. They were trying to make us hate each other for the
just like Julian.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, listen, Jessica's my girl. I don't care what you say about her, whatever, if our opinions are different. But I need to hit her up, actually. I haven't been over to the Manosphere in a while, but
she got her own shit kicking off. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think I checked her channel out maybe a week or two ago, but I didn't really see anything recent was being posted. Or
she did something yesterday. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I haven't checked for a while. Yeah, I'll go back and look. But even then, the Manosphere as a whole, like, mess. And listen, I had arguments with, who can I say that you guys? Angry Man. Obsidian. Yeah, Plaid. Like, I've gotten into it with like a lot of guys. Like, Angry Man, I used to, like, the first time I was really around, me and Angry Man got into a huge argument. Like, I'm telling you, like a 10-minute screaming match.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty classic. Like, but we grew to love each other. The first time I ever cammed up on YouTube, he was there actually. It was on a Manosphere channel, and he was
Oh, they
there.
thought you were catfishing?
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I think
Yeah,
they were
me too. I
comparing
was on
me to
there.
like Jessica because she doesn't ever cam up, and they were like, and I think they did a stream, and everyone was like camming up and stuff. And then I came on a bit later on, and I was like, ding, and they were like, oh,
Jessica never cammed up?
no.
Damn.
So I didn't want to be put into the, like, as if I was hiding something. You know, Jessica, she can hide what she wants, because I told her, like, listen, they're so desperate for you to come up. Like, it almost sounds like they're just waiting for the opportunity to see anything to use against you and drag you. You know, whereas for me, I'd only been in the space probably like a couple of months. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, ding. And
I know I
came
look
on.
good. I woke up like this.
Yeah, I was like, hi. And I was like, oh, everyone was talking about it. They're like, oh.
Look, they start being nicer and shit.
No.
Like that fight the other day.
They were always nice to me. The accent always gets a lot of men to act real nice to me, you know. I have to be like, oh my God, I have to send you the clip of me and Angry Man. He was like, Cat, don't you ever, what did he say? Sauce me again or something? Or sass me.
Oh.
He was like, don't you ever sass me again? Because the first time we got into it, and the second time I ran into him, I think we got into it. And I was like, I don't know. Do you know some people you just love to argue with? And Angry Man was just one of those.
Yeah, he got that voice for it.
Yeah, and he loves me really. And I did like a whole soundbite for his show and shit. But I was like, I'm gonna send it to you later. It was like, hey puppy, and he was like trying to like tell me off, but it was hilarious. And I was like, okay, I promise I won't do that. Okay, puppy. And he just couldn't say shit because I was like totally putting on the whole like
yeah, gassing.
The whole line. Even like the host was like, oh God.
That's what we call it. You was gassing them.
I know. They're like, oh, someone's gonna catch a flight. Ah, girl. And I was like, okay. I was like, hey puppy. But he's funny. Like, I don't find any of them offensive. I used to fuck with a lot of these guys in the Manosphere, and even me when I fought with Obsidian around the time that he brought his book out, right? There's a whole stream.
Is Obsidian Kevin Samuels, or are they different?
I think he's kind of like affiliated with him, but they're not the same people. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a stream about me, and he was going through the chapters of his book on the platform, and nobody really wanted to say anything. Of course, my big ass mouth had to say something, right? Huh? So I went in on probably half of the chapters from what I remember. This is probably earlier on in the year that he had, and I completely embarrassed him, and yeah. But that's me. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna sucker up to some man who's spewing nonsense. And they were like, well, you should respect him.
Yeah,
yeah. Like, no.
Half-baked logic.
Exactly. No. If I don't trust your lead, your logic, and where you're trying to lead me, then I'm sorry. I'm not one of those people. I don't want to end up homeless on the street, begging while my children starve to death. No, I'm a create my own lane. And if there's men that don't like that, then hi. Because most of you guys are living in your grandma's basement, with
or in barbershop.
shit, or in
Okay.
barbershops with
We
shit
love
to
that.
go together. Want to talk about all your wealth, but then you have to transfer money here and there just to pay your bills. Like, all right, done.
Bum life.
Like, listen, I have money. I'm a well-off woman. Oh, shit.
I'm poor.
I don't need anybody to pay for nothing. And this man can never tell you I ever asked for nothing, even though he loves to talk about his supposed wealth.
Yeah.
All you have to do is ask him, has that girl ever asked you for anything? And even if you offered it, does she ever accept it? Hell no. Okay. Even when he thought he could buy me early on, I rejected it. Okay.
She got her own.
I got my own. I got my own. That's what I think rubs up some men up the wrong way as well. Like, I don't have to rely on you. I don't have to be submissive to you in order to get your wealth, you know, and your shelter. No. That's why a lot of men can't deal with me. I have my own shit.
So they can't
Manipulate. Yeah. They can't manipulate me. They can't make me feel like I have to be with them in order to be okay. No. Okay? No. I have my own. I've worked
like that.
for 20 years. Okay. I'm very happy with my career. I make good money. I can spend half an hour on my computer and make more money than he does in a whole goddamn week. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I have, and he's like, huh? I'm like, yes, because
I'm that good.
established. Yeah, I don't have to be. I can assign things to other people. Like, that's how it works. But you know, some people just don't really get it. You know, but but yeah. How long have we been on here? 3 hours. You know what? I've not jumped on your live before. I don't know.
It's your live. I'm just facilitating.
It's my live. Yeah. It's my live. What do you want me to talk about? I could talk about a lot of stuff, but I feel like I've just been rambling a lot. And
it's up to you. We can shut it down. We can keep it going. It's up to you.
Troll. We can go and troll somewhere. Who's
yeah, let's go troll.
Who's live? I know. I really want to troll. And truthfully, I'm gonna apologize. I'm apologize to you from now because I know she wants the best of me. But if I troll for maybe an hour or so, and T-Duck's gonna back me up, you'll forgive us later, right?
Yeah, I don't have nowhere to go
right now. Hang on, who is live? Are you on your laptop? Can you see? No one's live, man.
Oh, Lady La.
Lady La. I don't know who that
Lady La TV. Go to Lady La TV. We about to shut this down.
No.
It's been wonderful.
It's been wonderful.
Yeah. We'll be back later, probably.
Yeah.
I'll contact Truthfully Honest, and then she'll probably contact you or something.
Yeah, I've got her number. Thank you so much, Truthfully, and I hope you're gonna sleep well. And we will,
beautiful ladies,
talk later on once you're up, for sure.
All right, Cricket Eater. All right, chat. Thank everybody for coming. Right. We're about to go to Lady Snoop. LADYSNOOPTV. Be there or be square.
Peace, guys.